Alright. Vanna, welcome in. You are the first one over on Twitch. I am getting TikTok up and running. Just doing a test, a speed test. I don't know whether to watch you or Smithic, but hey, feel free to watch whomever. I mean, regardless, the reaction's gonna be up. Either on this channel or on YouTube. So I take nothing personal. Bex, thank you so much for being here as well. I am so happy that we are just a few minutes away. As you can see, I already have the stream up and running. I am just finishing up a speed test over on TikTok, and then we're gonna go live on there. And let's do this. Go live. Nintendo to Direct. Let's see, what category will this fall under? Special events? Oh wait, hold on. Let's see, live match, music. It's a different category when it's special. Okay, news and events, here we go. Go live. Start virtual camera. Nice. All right, TikTok is up and running. Let's turn off the preview. And you want to stay for a little bit? Got a long day ahead. Hey, no worries. I completely understand. Keldemo, I know, right? We're live. We're just a few minutes away. You excited? I know I am excited. Nothing like getting a day off in the middle of the week, too. Not gonna complain. For those of you that are going to be tuning in, we are just moments away from live reacting to the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct. It should run around an hour, according to Nintendo's latest post. And then the rest of this week, we should see a lot more content regarding the games that will be on the Switch 2 and any possible new mechanics or gimmicks. And lastly, if you have not checked out the latest DBCon event, head on over to dbgeek.com or DBGeek's channel, where I participated in a Nintendo-focused podcast specifically about this event. So I was alongside Smithic, Brand Online, Ganvius, and of course, the legend himself, DB Geek. So for those of you that have already seen it, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see more events like that in the future. I know that the communities, all of our communities would love that as well. So let me switch on over to the game scene. And Vanna, thank you so much for tuning in over on TikTok as well. You're already first on Twitch, so you're just on a roll. Okay, all right, let me mute the music. We're just gonna enjoy the silence until this plays. He said that's what having to get kids to school does to you. Okay, so the real question is, am I good? Is this all I have to do? Oh, snap. All right, quick chance to tell me how's the audio. Let me know if I need to lower it or increase it. And Computer Nerd, thank you so much for the 42 months at tier 1. I'm so excited. So excited for this. It's okay. It was just, it was on my other account. I wasn't like on webcam or anything, but I was talking in chat. Oh, are we good? Audio's good? Here we go. Oh man, it's here. It's here, people. This is not a drill. Yeah! Woo! I got goosebumps already. This is not a drill. It's finally happening. Yoshi. What? This looks like Arizona. Or maybe that's Yoshi's version of good. Yo, this is Mario Kart! What? Go. That wasn't a tech demo? Mario Bros. Circuit? Whoa! Yo, look at Luigi! Still mean mugging! This looks just like the other one! But better! It's like a 4K upscaling version of it. No, I'm playing. But seriously, look at these maps! I think the big thing is seeing how many more players can join us in these raids. Yo! What the spark is he? How is that? Wait, why am I shot? Yo! What? We're riding telephone lines or power lines? Guardrails like we're skateboarding? What is that? Are they changing outfits? What? What does that mean? What? Is that wings? Whoa, did you see that whale? Mario Kart World? Yo! What? That's how you open up a direct! Ah!
I'm Kong
Yes! Finally!
And I'll be one of your guides for today's Nintendo Direct.
Sorry, I should calm down.
I'm the producer for Nintendo Switch 2.
I love you.
I'm Takuhiro Dota, the director for Nintendo Switch 2.
I love you.
And I'm Tetsuya Sasaki, the hardware design lead for Nintendo Switch 2.
I love you. They all look young.
What you just saw was Mario Kart World, launching exclusively on Nintendo Switch 2.
Yes!
Now, what do you think this brand new Mario Kart game will be like?
That's what I want to know.
A brand new entry in the Mario Kart series is launching exclusively on the Nintendo Switch 2 system. Welcome to this vast world. Kart races are held throughout various regions that span the globe. Depending on the time of day and weather conditions, the atmosphere will change.
What? That is so cool!
And in this Mario Kart game, you can go off the racetrack and drive virtually everywhere in this world.
Everywhere?
In the classic Grand Prix, race through 4 courses in a bid for first place. But don't sleep at the wheel. You'll also drive to the next course as part of the competition.
What?
With 24 drivers in each race, the most in series
24!
history, the competition is gearing up.
24 people! 24! Yo!
Introducing Knockout Tour.
Knockout
Race
Tour?
non-stop from one corner of the world to another.
What? This makes me think of like the Forza Horizon games.
There are multiple checkpoints along the way. If you're below the placement shown when you hit a checkpoint, you'll be eliminated.
What?
Can you
What?
make it all the way to the finish line?
Oh no. Free roam?
You can also freely drive around this vast world in free roam.
This has already
By
exceeded
going
my
off-road,
expectations.
You can explore new areas and routes.
Not
So
once
drive wherever your heart takes you.
did I ever think they would do something like this.
You can also go for scenic drives with friends. And even take photos together at different locations.
Amazing! This is amazing!
Brand new race across the entire world starts here.
Oh
Mario Kart
my
World.
gosh!
The game launches on the same
Yes!
day as Nintendo Switch
It is a launch title!
More details about
This is not a
title
drill!
will be shared in an upcoming Mario Kart World
This is
Direct.
not fake
Be
news!
on the lookout for more information in the future.
Mario Kart World is a launch title! Yes!
Mario Kart World launches on
Yes!
the same day as Nintendo Switch 2. We'll share more details in the future, so we hope you're looking forward to it.
Edge your computer. It's only Froggy's
We'd
fault.
like to
Or
introduce
Sark
some
T.
of the new features of Nintendo Switch 2. These are the Joy-Con 2 controllers for Switch 2. And on the right Joy-Con 2, we've added a new C button.
Yo, I never noticed that.
Let's take a look at some new experiences it offers.
See, for creating content? Huh? Alone.
I'm still ahead of all of you guys.
What?
That was me. That was you.
Oh!
So quick.
Are you serious? We have in-game chat?
No.
Nix, I'm coming for you.
No, I'm about to get
Come on, no.
Did we finally make it?
Introducing GameChat,
To 2006!
a new feature for Nintendo Switch
Yes!
2.
Hey, what's up? Can you hear me? Hello?
Hi, missed you.
It only took 19 years!
You'll be able to communicate with friends and family while playing a game.
Should we follow you? Yeah?
Yeah, follow me.
Okay.
Yes, Flynn. Only for the new
While
console.
using the GameChat feature, your voice is recognized by a microphone built into the system.
Oh,
Yo.
You're still behind me, right? All right, let's keep going. Okay. So
It can pick up your speaking voice clearly, even from a distance.
look at this. Jump on here.
Wait, I'm not sure how I feel about
All right,
that.
let's keep going. It's coming. Let's make a left right here. Let's make a.
When it's noisy around you, your voice will still come through clearly, letting you chat with ease.
How did you get hit by a bow?
That's awesome.
Okay, nice.
It does look beautiful. It's all pink.
And you can use this feature
Oh my
in
gosh.
handheld mode too, letting you easily chat with friends and family. If you
Yes!
open the chat menu and turn on game screen sharing,
Screen sharing! Screen sharing!
you can also
What?
share your game screen.
Yo!
Did you see someone just like
Yes!
that dinosaur?
Really? They can do that?
Oh my gosh! Nintendo! Finally!
Oh shoot! Oh!
Just when I thought they couldn't bring us more together.
I got it.
You see a webcam button too?
Okay. You can chat to your heart's content, even while playing different games.
Yeah, I know that one. It's so hard, right?
Yo.
Oh wow! I'm like in the sky right here. I'm like, I fell. I'm falling. I'm falling. I'm falling.
Yo.
Okay, we got it. We're safe. We're safe.
Oh my gosh.
Look, you're a star. That's
Oh
so
my
cute.
gosh.
So cute.
This is
You can
this
adjust
is everything.
the size of your game screen.
This
I'm lost. Like,
Hey, look at the dock. It's like curved. It has like curved
Or
edges.
expand another friend's game screen.
You gotta get above that. Wall.
I don't even care how the quality looks for the content.
Past the wall.
this is where
It's just the fact that it even has that feature is amazing to me.
So everyone can watch them play.
It's like being in a Discord
I
call.
think I know where you are. I think I know where you are. Wait.
Mario Kart World is hundreds of dollars. No. Hopefully it's still like
Okay.
I'm thinking it's maybe
Let's take a
$70.
picture here.
Okay, are you ready?
I'm thinking hoping Switch 2 games will be $70 instead of 60.
On
Probably.
the right Joy-Con 2 controller,
more.
there's an additional button. With the C button, you can pull up a chat menu.
Oh dang. Oh really? Wait, actually, guys, I got a call coming right now, so I'll be right back. Yeah. Okay. Sure.
Here, you can quickly and easily mute yourself and more. And
Uh,
there's this.
A
By
what?
connecting this camera to the system,
A webcam?
Hey, what's up? Hello. Yo. Nick.
Hi, how's everyone doing?
Oh
Good?
my
You can appear on screen
gosh.
and video chat.
Nintendo! Thank you so much! It was worth the wait! I am already sold. I don't care if there's no more new features announced. This is more than I could ever ask for.
Can you wait for me?
Screen
Look
share,
forward to games which use your camera feed.
built-in chat, an external webcam.
No, wait.
You know what this means? You don't need a PC. You don't need a laptop. All of this is available with just the console,
Using GameChat.
except the external webcam.
Even when you're apart, you can play games and hang out as if you were together in the same room. Play together or compete in online multiplayer games.
Hey, computer nerd, we better be playing some Splatoon.
Chat while playing your personal favorites.
That's the big thing. I think that is the huge win.
your own
The fact that we can play
rules.
single-player
Game
games,
competition.
but still share our content.
Or hold a sports competition between families.
Y'all about to see more of me than you've ever wanted.
All together,
Okay, be careful what you wish for.
anytime, Anywhere.
Are you
Game
freaking
chat.
kidding me right now? Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh.
What did you think? In developing GameChat, our goal was for you to enjoy
C
playing
for
online
chat.
with others more closely,
C
including
for
family and
connection.
friends. Almost as if you're all playing
C for
together
community.
in the same place.
They did it. You see that, Vanna?
The camera you
See
saw
that,
in the
Stella?
trailer is the Nintendo Switch 2 camera, which will be available on the same day as Switch 2.
I'm gonna tell you right now, that's gonna sell out.
A Nintendo Switch Online membership will be required to use GameChat. However, since we'd like as many people as possible to experience GameChat, it will be available without a membership for a limited time. We hope you'll try it out.
Yo!
Additionally, GameChat supports the Nintendo Switch Parental Controls app, and different settings can be adjusted. For example, whether parental permission is always required when a child wants to use GameChat to play with their friends.
What a huge deal.
We'd like to introduce another new experience you can share with family and friends. On Nintendo Switch, even if you just have one game, you can pass a Joy-Con controller to a friend and play together.
Oh!
On Nintendo Switch 2, you can play together locally on multiple systems using just one game.
Yo!
GameShare.
What? Yes!
Here, even games that require multiple
Nintendo,
screens
thank you
can
so
play with
much!
One person owns a compatible
This
game.
is huge!
With GameShare, you can temporarily share compatible games with others who also have Nintendo Switch 2.
Oh
or
my
a Nintendo
gosh!
Switch system.
That means you don't have to buy copies of the same game.
GameShare also supports online play with other Switch 2 systems, and you can use it with friends via GameChat.
Oh my
which we
God.
showed earlier.
Oh my god. I can't. I
GameShare
cannot.
can only be used with compatible games.
Chat, I
This
can't.
feature is
This
planned
is
for
too
several
much.
Titles, starting with a free update for Clubhouse games.
I haven't
51
experienced this much
Worldwide Classic
simulation
on Nintendo Switch.
in so long.
GameShare support is also planned for select games exclusive to Nintendo
Yes!
Switch 2.
Destiny,
we
you're
hope
right.
you'll look forward to it.
Everyone can play Mario
Up
Kart
next,
with one copy.
we'd like to show you the Nintendo Switch 2 system itself.
Please take a look.
What?
At 7.9 inches, Switch 2 has a
Woo!
bigger built-in screen. Here's how that compares to Nintendo Switch. The system's thickness remains the same.
Okay. Interesting.
With approximately double the pixels compared to Switch,
Oh,
you can enjoy
man.
games in greater detail on the 1080p screen.
Yes! Which, by the way, 1080p on a screen that size still looks nice and crisp.
The screen
120
supports up to
frames?
120 frames per
What?
second. Smoother
120?
gameplay and supported titles.
120 people! Yo! What?
The LCD screen is more vivid and supports HDR, providing more
Typical
contrast
Nintendo,
between light
still having
and dark
LCD.
areas of the
Doesn't matter.
images.
Doesn't matter. That is Nintendo at its finest.
The
Okay.
all-new
OLED would have made it
Joy-Con 2 controllers
more expensive.
Connect magnetically. Strong magnets keep the controllers
Yeah.
firmly attached to the system.
Ah,
Detach the
okay.
controller easily by pressing the release button on the back.
Nice. So that's what should help, maybe, with that exposed.
The SL
Strip.
and SR buttons are bigger for greater comfort and control when
Bigger.
playing with the Joy-Con 2 held
Always
horizontally.
better.
The left and right sticks are now larger.
Woo! Mouse controls.
Each Joy-Con 2 controller can be used as a mouse to play with compatible games.
What?
Both the left and right Joy-Con 2 support mouse controls.
You understand, Jessica? Yo!
By adjusting the audio balance between the ranges, sounds from the built-in speakers are clearer and more natural in handheld and tabletop modes.
Unbelievable.
It has a built-in microphone, so you
Unbelievable.
can voice chat with friends anytime via GameChat. It also uses noise-canceling technology to filter sounds.
Yo,
so your
the
voice
amount
will
of
come through
goosebumps I
clearly.
have right now is just ridiculous. This is ridiculous. This is everything.
Even if you don't have a surround sound system, games can be enjoyed with more immersive, three-dimensional sound, as if it were coming from all around you.
Did they poach people from like PlayStation? Like, what is this? Oh, did you hear, Epona? Did you hear?
Place your Nintendo Switch 2 however you like with a large, sturdy stand. You can move it freely, like this.
Two! We have two USB-C
In addition
ports!
to the USB-C port found on the bottom of the system, there's one on top as well. It's handy for connecting a USB-C camera or charging in tabletop mode.
Knockout!
Nintendo
They just knocked me
Switch
out.
2 comes with 256 gigabytes of internal storage.
I am
8
in a
times that of
comatose
Nintendo
state.
Switch for storing your game downloads, save data, and more.
Oh my gosh.
Reading and writing data is also faster.
I can't. Exactly.
Use the Nintendo Switch
Exactly,
2 dock
Jessica.
to connect to your TV and enable up to 4K resolution for compatible games.
What?
HDR is also supported in TV mode.
Are you kidding me? What? What is happening?
The
Oh my
Nintendo
gosh.
Switch 2 dock has a built-in fan that keeps your system cool.
Oh,
This helps
right.
keep performance stable.
What? I can't handle this. This is way too much.
On Nintendo Switch 2, you can play Nintendo Switch 2 games, as well as compatible Nintendo Switch games.
Woo!
Physical and digital games are supported.
Nintendo! I love you! Yo. We're only 18 minutes in.
As you just
Love
saw,
Kaden.
Nintendo Switch 2 isn't simply an improved Nintendo Switch.
Isn't the new
We
Switch
redesigned the
amazing,
system from the
Kaden?
ground up,
Do you see
compacting
that?
Lots of new gameplay features. And to help players better understand the Switch 2 hardware, we're currently developing this game.
What
Mr.
game?
Kawamoto!
Hello. My current location is actually inside the game itself.
Nani!
This is Nintendo Switch 2 Welcome Tour, exclusive to Nintendo Switch 2.
Yo, this makes me think
standing over here.
Astrobot.
Okay, everyone, join me inside the game.
Yo.
There are a
18?
lot of question mark icons here. Let's examine them.
Are you telling me 18 people can join?
This sign reads, "Where are the magnets?"
Sella, I agree.
The Joy-Con 2 controllers.
It already
attached to the
has
system
all the
with
features I could have
magnets.
asked for,
And
except
those
cellular.
magnets are inside the system.
But that's totally fine. Like, this is,
SL and
everything
SR
else just
buttons on the
makes up
Joy-Con
for
2
it.
are made of metal. So that's
Now
how they
you!
attach to the system.
You're adorable.
A magnetic circuit is formed between them, so they won't easily detach.
Yo, this is...
Through examining signs like these, you can discover all sorts of secrets about Nintendo Switch 2. Another example, the Joy-Con 2 controllers have mouse controls. And when combined with the gyroscopes, you can even do something like this. You can adjust the position of the golf club and aim for the cup by
I don't know if I
rotating
can make it the full
Joy-Con 2.
hour, y'all.
By
I
combining
think
the
I'm
mouse
borrowing from
controls and
tomorrow's
gyroscopes,
energy.
Things like this are possible.
This is...
There are secrets
I'm just
to
not used
discover,
to
even as you're playing
companies
minigames and test
delivering,
demos.
you know? I'm not used to them hyping things
Some
up
of the
and
secrets
actually
range from
delivering.
the unique features of the system to tiny details you might not notice until they're pointed out. There are plenty.
What?
Nintendo Switch 2 Welcome Tour will launch as a
Did you hear
free
that?
digital game on the same day as Nintendo Switch 2. So please check it out if you're interested.
Now, I'd like to share some more information regarding Nintendo Switch 2.
I love you.
This is the game card for Nintendo Switch 2 title.
It's red?
It's the same shape
It's
as Nintendo
red?
Switch game cards.
That is
It's now
so...
red, and it has much faster data reading speeds. Next up is additional storage.
Woo!
Switch 2 will only work with micro SD express cards.
Same as last time.
They're a different type of SD card and will make high-speed data transfers possible. Please note that regular micro SD cards used for Nintendo Switch will not be compatible.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Additionally, to transfer data from Switch to Switch 2, you can log into your Nintendo account to use the System Transfer feature. With
Nice.
this feature, you can transfer
Nice.
save data, digital games, and more. We're also releasing
Ooh.
a new Pro Controller.
I like that
It
the
has a
shoulder
C-button,
buttons are
which launches
a different
GameChat,
color.
And on the back, there are new GL and GR buttons,
Yo!
which you can
What?
use to assign existing button controls.
Nice! It's like an Elite
In
controller.
addition, an audio jack has been added.
Woo!
We've introduced a few new features.
Perfect!
And after today's presentation, the official Nintendo Switch
If you want
2
the best
website will
mic
go live.
quality,
There will
just
also
direct
be an Ask
connects.
the Developer article on the website, where the three of us will talk about the
Koichi!
development of
Takuhiro!
Nintendo Switch
Tetsuya!
2. We hope you'll check that out.
I
as
love
well.
you! They must have came.
And
They
now,
must have came from
the
other
Nintendo
companies,
Switch 2 launch
other
date.
tech companies. Like I never heard of these people.
Nintendo Switch 2 launches on
Oh.
June 5th.
Peter is just a family-friendly.
We're very much
stream.
looking forward to the day when you all get to experience it, so please wait just a bit
Wait!
longer.
What? Am I looking at that right? Did it just say the Switch is available June 5th?
Broadly
What?
speaking, on Nintendo Switch 2,
Hey!
you can play
ADD kicked
3
in!
types of
Someone
games.
clear this up for me!
The first type is Nintendo Switch 2 games.
I was expecting winter!
These games take advantage of the performance
Joe
and
Fett!
features of Switch 2.
Yo! June 5th,
The
people!
second type
If there's
is compatible
anything
games
that you
that
get
were
out of
released
this
on
over
Nintendo
me
Switch.
screaming over this very important directives,
Nintendo Switch 2
June
edition games
5th!
are the
June
third
5th! June 5th! Save up your
Some
money
games that were
now!
released on Switch will receive upgraded versions that offer things like improved visuals, unique ways to play on Switch 2, and more.
Yo!
Now, I'd like to show you the Nintendo Switch 2 edition of Super Mario Party Jamboree.
Yo! What?
Please
What?
take a look.
Ah! Wait, I hate Mario Party.
Super Mario Party Jamboree is getting an upgrade on Nintendo
That's like
Switch
totally
2. The upgrade expands on the base game and adds new features.
Well, at least I bought this one.
Including mouse controls,
Ah!
audio recognition, more
Ooh!
expressive rumble, and gameplay that uses a camera accessory. All of which can be accessed on Switch 2.
Okay, all right, I changed my mind.
Let's check out 3 new
I am definitely gonna try
animated
this.
modes.
Stella,
First
you got
up
till June
is
5th.
Mario Party mode. With a single camera, up to 4 players can join the festivities.
With the single
You'll be able to
camera?
see each other's faces as you play, so you
Ah!
can experience all the
What?
reactions and emotions in real time.
What? Party at my house!
Can take the party online.
Be there! Or I'll just party with the dogs.
Up next, it's Bowser.
Those are 5
Live,
players right there.
A mode where the livelier team wins. Bowser will bring you on stage 2.
Yo!
Blocks to collect the
Yo!
most coins.
Yes!
Ride
Woo!
an RC car with your
It's like-
friends. Go. And compete in other mini games
Perfect!
using full body movement and sound. Finally, take a ride on the mouse-controlled carnival coaster. With the safety
What?
bar lowered and secured,
What?
you're on.
Uh-oh. Yo, I'm not.
Use mouse controls
I
to
agree,
shoot
Vanna.
down enemies
I
while
can't.
you feel the bumps and rumbles of the coaster.
What? Chat!
When you enter a pipe, a mini
Sorry
game
for
will
outscreaming.
begin.
I just can't.
There's a
This
bouldering
is-
game where 2 players each control an arm.
Nintendo has already
And
knocked it
one
out of the
where you
park.
shake a can of
They didn't
spray
need a
paint
whole
and
hour
quickly
direct.
tag objects.
The first 18 minutes was
Enjoy
everything.
the thrill of these intuitive mini games. How quickly can you reach the station?
Like, this is all icing on a cake. That doesn't go bad.
And Rumble. The biggest
Bro,
party yet is getting
even if it doesn't,
bigger.
what if
Mario Party Jamboree, Nintendo
they're either
Switch
going to
2
announce a new
edition
Splatoon at
plus
some
Jamboree
point,
TV
or
launches
they will
on
have a
Nintendo
Splatoon
Switch 2,
Nintendo Switch 2 edition, which will probably like add more players.
Nintendo Switch 2 players who already own Super Mario Party Jamboree can upgrade to Nintendo Switch 2 edition plus Jamboree TV by purchasing an upgrade pack.
Yo, if they had said free, I would have been like,
Please look forward to a new Mario Party experience.
No,
where you can
no
see
one would
each
ever buy
other's
the
reactions
edition
while
then.
playing. Let's continue presenting some more Nintendo Switch 2 edition games.
Not yet. Alex, mate. Yo, you just came
Nintendo
in!
Switch 2 editions of The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild and The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom feature enhanced resolution and frame rates, and also support HDR, which makes the image more vibrant, so you can play with smoother, higher definition graphics. Plus, you can get even more.
Are you kidding me? I'm gonna cry.
Zelda Notes.
What? This is.
This new feature can be
This is the
accessed
stuff
through
of,
the Nintendo
like-
Switch app on smart devices.
This is
It's a very
peak.
specific service that's exclusive
This is
to the
peak.
Switch 2 edition.
We're absolutely playing Tears of the Kingdom again. Are you kidding
It can
me?
help guide you to various locations,
What?
like shrines and Koroks you haven't found yet.
Yes.
Activating.
This is for me.
Proceed.
This was made for me. Hashtag narcissistic at the moment. Oh my god.
Or you can share your creations using QR
True,
codes
Seth.
and send them
True.
to another player to create in their game.
All right. Oh my god. Real
We
sleep.
hope these features will make your
This is a
adventures
Nintendo
even more
Switch
enjoyable.
2 Enhanced Edition with 4K 60 visuals and other features.
In Kirby and the Forgotten Land, you'll be able to enjoy an additional story exclusive to the Nintendo Switch 2 edition.
I love this so
along with
much.
improved graphics and frame rates.
This allows the Nintendo Switch 2 game library to automatically be
This story
large
takes
at
place in
launch.
the Forgotten Land after being struck by a powerful meteor that's
Like,
causing
this
some
is
mysterious
honestly
changes.
what I would have loved, what I'm loving to see. This exceeds my expectations.
looking forward to
There's so many
Kirby's
incredible
new adventure.
games on the Switch right now where so many of us have screamed, man, if only it performed better.
Metroid
Man, if only
Prime
if it
4
slightly looked
Beyond
better.
will have
Or
both a
if
Nintendo
only it had
Switch and a Nintendo Switch
a few
2
more
edition.
social features. Metroid
In
Prime
addition to
Beyond!
standard controls, You
What?
can use mouse controls for intuitive gameplay.
Mouse
on Switch
control!
2.
Oh my gosh! Who needs a
Plus, you can
PC?
explore the immersive world in 4K at 60 frames per second.
Yup.
Or enjoy smoother action in full HD at 120 frames per second. Choose from these two modes, both of which support HDR, based on your preference and playstyle.
I can't do this. I
Plus-
cannot do this.
Pokemon Legends ZA, which is scheduled to launch later this year, will not only receive a Nintendo Switch version, but a Nintendo Switch 2 edition as well. By taking advantage of the power of Switch 2, you can enjoy your adventure in Lumio City with enhanced resolution and frame rates.
I don't know real sleep, but I hope it comes. Please.
The Nintendo Switch 2 edition games you just saw will be available.
Breath of the
in
Wild
physical
and
digital
Tears of the Kingdom. I can't do this. Chat, I
And
have.
If you already own the Nintendo Switch
I don't know if I've
version of the
experienced
game,
this level of
you can
epicness
play the Nintendo Switch
before.
2 edition by purchasing
This
an
is too
upgrade
much. This is too much.
We hope you're looking forward to these Nintendo Switch 2 edition games.
My brain can't handle this.
Next, I'd like to introduce a brand new game
That's
featuring
why
mouse
you
controls
gotta
with the
subscribe,
Joy-Con
computer.
2
Know what I mean?
controllers.
It's just business.
Please take a look.
I gotta be able to afford this Nintendo Switch 2. I will sell it. Done. What is this? Oh, is this like Wii Sports or Nintendo Switch 2 Sports? Perfect. They shoot better than me and I got working legs. Mark! right! Getting to play games that you've played before with enhanced visuals and performance modes like Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom honestly feels like a new experience. Because there's just so many more types of challenges you can try. Imagine fighting 3 Lionels at once in 4K 60. Imagine doing Trials of the Sword on Breath of the Wild in 4K 60. Imagine the cutscenes. Imagine the epic boss fights. Imagine Gleeox in 4K 60. Cheese and rice.
In Drag and Drive, you'll use both Joy-Con 2 controllers and mice to intuitively pull off various moves. We hope you're looking forward to
this is perfect. This is the most
3 matches using dual mouse controls.
This is what I needed after 37 minutes.
Next, here are some games from our publishing and development partners coming to Nintendo Switch 2.
No! What? No! Elden Ring on the Switch? I didn't need this. I did not need this. I have been dying on 3 other platforms. I'm about to die on 4. Unbelievable. Yes, you can upgrade Zelda from the regular Switch, Vanna. I can tell it doesn't look as good, but it doesn't matter. It's the fact that you can play in handheld with not needing a portal or one of those stupid, expensive Switch copycats. Tarnished Edition? What is that? What?
Hey, I'm Greg Kasavin from Supergiant Games.
Love you, Greg.
Here to say that Hades 2 is coming to Nintendo Switch.
Nice!
2.
I didn't play the first one, but I have it.
Introduces the Princess of the Dead, an immortal witch out to vanquish the sinister Titan of Time.
I like the art style.
Battle beyond the underworld to the ends of the earth. Getting to
Kind of makes me think of Diablo,
from Greek myth
a cartoon.
in a story that reacts to your every setback and victory.
Ish.
It's the kind of game you can quickly pick up and play whether you're experienced with the original or not.
Sell?
For more about Hades 2,
what is this graphic
later
style
this year.
called? It's working, Vanna. I don't know if I'm gonna make it to June.
我々がお届けするタイトルはストリートファイター6です。
I'm horrible at them.
本体を持ち寄っての対戦。
But nice.
任天堂スイッチ2だけの新モードもあります。ソフトは通常版の他に総勢
I am too
26キャラクターを
trash
収録した
to be good at Street Fighter.
ファイターズエディションの2バージョンを、さらにゲームと連動するアミーボとアミーボカードもスイッチ2の発売日にお届けします。
Nice.
お楽しみに。
Initiating Arsenal boot sequence. Weapon safety mechanism confirmed. All operating at normal levels. Testing data link with spine. Normal. Commencing launch.
After
This looks like
two long
Xenoblade
wars
Chronicles
where our freedom was restricted,
Definitive Edition.
we
Woohoo!
finally be
Yo!
liberated from humans.
I'm in need of a new arsenal, new equipment, and money. I'm for sale, and you're buying.
Yo, this looks pretty cool. Looks like a Gundam game.
This planet will be ours.
Is this from Monolith?
The Sovereign Axiom, the Trinitas, has almost completed a weapon that was created to destroy all humanity.
No!
Yo!
Because we're in the middle of a war. Don't you get it?
I won't just stop you. I'll tear you apart!
All children bring hope to our lives.
Oh, Demon X Machina? I don't think I played the first one.
Hey, this is Joseph Forrest from
I
Hazelight.
love you.
I'm super excited for Split Fiction to come to Nintendo Switch 2.
Yo, I've heard this game has been doing pretty well.
Friendship. You play as Mio, who writes sci-fi, and Zoe, who writes fantasy.
What?
Together, they get trapped in their own stories, and it's up to you and a friend.
This is a natural home for a game like this.
Now,
Are you kidding me?
This. If you like It Takes Two, you're gonna love this one, trust me. And of course, you'll be able to play Split Fiction on the day Switch 2 launches.
Yo! Nice!
At EA
Launch
Sports,
title!
We're bringing fans together across the world, both on the pitch and on the gridiron. We're excited to announce that EA Sports FC will be coming to Nintendo Switch 2. Madden NFL will also be arriving on the Nintendo platform. EA
Nice.
Sports. It's in the game.
Nice.
Hi, I'm Alan Tu from Avalanche Software. We are bringing Hogwarts Legacy to Nintendo Switch 2. With enhanced graphics
I know
and
everyone's
seamless world
butt cheeks just
transitions,
clenched.
you'll be immersed in the Wizarding world like never before. And the new mouse controls on Switch 2 give you even more ways to experience the adventure.
I'm not gonna hold back.
Discover the enhanced magic
I'm gonna
when
pretend
Hogwarts
like I'm
Legacy
bothered by
launches
this.
on the same day as Switch
No! Look at this! Amazing! It looks amazing! Buy it! Yo, this is DB. This is all DB right here. He's talked so much about Tony Hawk, like that's one of his favorite games. So I know DB's freaking out right now. This looks good. Not my cup of tea, but like it looks like it. Looks and runs well. Nora! Did y'all know Nora's in the game? Make sure you let Nora know. That's right, Vanna. I mean, getting to play Harry Potter in handheld mode with nice graphics.
Hello, this is Christian Elverdam from IO Interactive.
You're a wizard, Harry.
We're bringing our flagship title, Hitman World of Assassination, to
Nice.
Nintendo Switch 2.
Nice. Didn't play the other ones, but nice.
As the best assassin in the trade, Agent 47 does everything he can to accomplish his mission.
It's Jason
And how
Statham.
each mission progresses will vary depending on the player's imagination. Our ever-expanding game will release on the same day as Switch 2.
Whew.
Plus, we are
I
excited
think
to bring
the Metal
another
Gear
familiar
games or
agent
Assassin's
to the
Creed
platform.
probably be a better alternative. Speaking of that, I think she has both of them up, Sella. Vanna's kids are gonna go feral. Oh, snap! Oh, man. Yo, this was the first shooting game I played on Nintendo 64.
James Bond. The world's favorite spy is coming to Nintendo Switch 2, so stay tuned.
What?
The story of light and shadow that never fades is reborn.
This looks like Bravely Default.
Remastered in high definition.
Nice!
Featuring the Brave and Default commands that help you control the flow of turn-based battles.
I'm just kidding.
Change and
So
customize jobs to build
I eventually
your very
just
own
in all honesty, I eventually gave up on these
Enjoy
games.
your
Did like
adventure
the
with upgraded
the grinds.
features and
I love
enhancements.
JRPGs, but this
And all new
between this and
games
Octopath Traveler,
with
the
new
grind
codes
is
to play.
just not.
Square Enix
It's just too much
presents
for
the
me.
classic fantasy RPG.
That being said, I
Bravely
still own
Default
both games.
Flying Fairy HD Remaster. Set foot in Luxembourg as a warrior of light once
Nice.
セガ龍が如くスタジオ代表の横山です。
You're stylish.
我々がお送りするタイトルは
He looks like the Yakuza. Is this game based off of him? Is the character based off of him?
1988年東京と大阪2つの歓楽街を舞台に
I know.
を巡る
I know, man. The old banana peel gimmick.
伝説の始まりを追加シーンとともにお楽しみください。
You know, Kingdom Hearts is gonna get their own like presentation, I'm
今後の
sure.
シリーズ展開にもぜひご期待ください。
We'll have more games to show from our publishing and development partners, but for now, we'd like to show a game being developed in collaboration with Nintendo. Please take a look.
What? A Warriors game? Ah! What? Another Hyrule Warriors game!
When the Zonai, who descended from the heavens, joined hands with the Hylians, who dwelled on the surface,
Not gonna make it.
their union led to a great and prosperous kingdom.
Make it.
But in time, a terrible evil arose. A war was fought to vanquish this evil, one which future generations would call
Trying to be quiet.
imprisoning war.
So y'all can appreciate this. Scream like
Perhaps you truly have traveled back in time.
I'm controlling. We're playing as Zelda. We are.
Hyrule Castle?
The story leading into Tears of the Kingdom.
Must mean this really is the past.
Ah! Did you hear that? It canon! This is canon, people! This is a bridge between Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. There's the depths! My watch is telling me my environment is too loud and I need to calm down! You're fighting Lionels with Princess Zelda? Age of Imprisonment! Yes! What? We've talked about this! How cool would it be to learn more about the imprisoning war?
That was Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment. It's being developed by Koei Tecmo Games with support from Nintendo.
I can't do
We hope
this.
you're looking forward to the untold story.
I don't
of
think
the
I've ever gotten
Imprisonment
this
War,
excited for this long.
which took place in Hyrule long ago.
Within an hour.
And
in my
now,
life.
some news about Nintendo Switch Online. You can continue to enjoy Nintendo Switch Online on Switch 2.
Shut up! What?
And with Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack,
I don't have to spend more money on that!
You can enjoy a new membership benefit exclusively
What is
on
my heart rate
Switch
at?
2. Please take a look at this.
Oh, yes! GameCube! GameCube! What?
Nintendo Switch Online
90 beats per
Plus
minute?
expansion pack will be getting a new classic game library exclusive to Nintendo
Oh,
Switch 2.
yes.
Nintendo GameCube, originally released in 2001.
This technically means
Here are the
we could
titles
play
that
Wind
will be
Waker
available
and
at
Twilight
launch.
Princess.
A Legend of
Wait,
Zelda
my
game
God!
that looks
What?
like a
Did you see
cartoon
that?
come to life through cell shading.
Was that not the first game that came out of my mouth? Was that not the first? I just freaking predicted that!
Across the Great Sea. The Legend of Zelda, The Wind Waker. Transcending history
Yo!
and the world.
Yes!
A tale
We
of
can do Link
souls and
versus
swords
Link
eternally
fights!
retold. In this 3D,
Yo, I used to be real good with Link. I'm not gonna. This is actually the only Soul Calibur game I played.
And Link from the Legend of Zelda series enters the
Woo!
fray. Soul Calibur
Oh
2.
my gosh.
Experience a world of white knuckle racing at speeds over
They have us
2,000
by our
kilometers per
metaphorical
hour.
jewels.
30 machines
For some of us.
all on the line
And actual
in
family
death-defying
jewels.
races.
For the others.
Featuring the series first.
They have
machine
them firmly,
customization and story
and I'm like,
mode. Get ready to experience
you can have them.
F-Zero
Hold
GX.
me. I love you.
In games that support multiplayer,
Thank you
up
so
to
much.
4 can play together locally or
I
online.
don't deserve you. Oh, you know I'm going to,
Classic
Vanna.
games with clearer image quality and higher resolution than the original releases. You can also check the controls for each title and customize them to your
Nice.
liking.
Nice. What?
More titles will be added in
Yo, Gale of Darkness, Fire Emblem, Luigi's Mansion, Coliseum. Yo, Pokemon Coliseum.
Nintendo GameCube, Nintendo Classics, the Switch 2 exclusive game library coming to Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack launches the same day as the hardware's release. And a dedicated controller designed after the original GameCube controller will also be released.
You know, I'm so glad
It can
Unicorn
connect
is at work
wirelessly
right now.
and also has a C
I'm sure my
button
dogs are
to
going
quickly
crazy.
access
A C
GameChat.
button! Ah!
The Nintendo GameCube controller, exclusively available for Nintendo Switch Online members, will also be available the same day
Can't
as
do this.
Nintendo Switch 2.
I cannot do this. This is.
Whether you're familiar with the games or haven't played them before, we hope you're looking forward to Nintendo GameCube.
I love you.
Nintendo Classics. Of course, you can continue to play select games from the systems shown here.
Please
on
no,
Nintendo Switch
computer
2.
nerd. Not right now.
Okay, let's see some more games from our publishing
I need
and
a break.
development partners.
But I'm sure this is in the pipeline. What? What is this? Oh, Undertale! I've heard of this game. I didn't play it though. I like the music. Wow. The music did not need to hit that hard. That was really nice. Nice! Launch day! Probably not gonna play it, but I like the music.
I'm Randy from Gearbox. Borderlands 4, our upcoming flagship Borderlands game, will launch on Nintendo Switch 2.
Yo!
Borderlands
Nice!
is back. Loot and
Still gonna play it on the best
shoot your way
consoles,
through a world
but
filled
getting to
with
play
wild
this in
enemies and
handheld.
outrageous weapons.
I lied! Maybe I might play it on the Switch instead because I can play it in handheld. I can actually get through the game a lot faster unless I buy it on PlayStation and play with the Portal.
We'll be sharing a lot of the game in the months
But still.
ahead, and there's more from 2K on the way.
Hi, I'm Dennis Shirk from Firaxis Games. We're releasing a Nintendo Switch 2 edition of Sid Meier's Civilization 7. In Civ 7, you'll establish an empire and guide your people throughout the ages of history.
Oh, chapters 3 and 4 were new?
With the new mouse controls, players can enjoy
Yes,
a
I will,
more
Vanna.
intuitive gameplay experience.
Absolutely.
Civ 7 launches on the same day as Switch 2. And if you already own
Well,
the
if I can
Nintendo
make
Switch
it
version,
to that
you
time.
can experience mouse
Cheese
controls
and
on
rice.
Switch 2 by purchasing the upgrade. And we have
I don't even know if
even
DB's
more
gonna make it
news
to that
from
time.
2K.
I wonder how DB's doing right now.
Hi, I'm Lionel Jinks.
And I'm Ben Bishop.
Our final announcement for today is that WWE 2K is coming to
He talks
Nintendo
about
Switch
wrestling
2.
all the time too,
Plus,
so I know this is
NBA
up
2K
his
as
alley.
well.
Same thing with North.
We can't wait to see you in the ring.
For
and
Twisted
on the
Fates.
Four kids find this old tattered map. Off they went armed with nothing but youthful enthusiasm and a profound lack of preparation. Boom! Terrible at steering a raft. Let's slay some trees. Awesome! You nailed it! Hook, line, and sinker.
Whoa. It's
That's
messed.
amazing, doesn't it?
I think it's messing up.
Really have started to master.
I'm gonna refresh it just in case. Make sure it's not me. Okay. All right.
Nicely
It's them.
done. Well, I think that's everything. Let's set sail.
Yes,
This
Vanna.
time
I'm pretty sure.
for home.
Is it messing up for y'all too?
Hi, I'm Dave.
Okay,
from
okay,
Dodge
good.
Roll.
I'm surprised. Yo, that means they broke the internet.
At Enter the Gungeon 2.
Just double check.
Dodge countless bullets and aim for the Gungeon's depths in our roguelike shooter sequel.
Y'all see the chat?
Now reloaded in a
They're like, Froze, F, no.
You can expect
How
some
many
fan
people are
favorite
watching?
elements to return.
1.4 million
Still
people
working
are
on the
watching
game.
right now.
I'm excited to share more with you in the future.
1.4 million! That's what happens when you have that many people watching a live stream. YouTube's like, what? Anytime right now, Vanna. Once I'm more consistent with releasing content as well on TikTok, which is gonna be very soon now. My creative energy is surging. We can get more strategic. Okay, I think he said we'll have even more news for next time. Yeah. I mean, it kind of works. It kind of worked.
My name is Adam Badowski from CD Projekt Red. We are delighted to bring the immersive world of the
I'm gonna refresh it again just in case.
Of the dark future to Nintendo players for the first time.
Oh no!
Cyberpunk 2077 is
Cyberpunk!
action adventure.
And we
RPG
can't see
set
it because
in
it's broken!
Thanks to Nintendo Switch
They
2,
broke
you can
YouTube!
transport yourself to the city of dreams at home or on the go. Get ready to meet unforgettable characters and discover
Hey, Vanna,
engaging
totally
stories
fine.
when Cyberpunk
Seriously.
2077 Ultimate Edition
Any
comes to Nintendo
help that I
Switch
get
2
from you
online
or the community with pushing the content is absolutely appreciated, and I'm grateful. I love you. Thank you. Seriously. I mean it. I love hearing this and not getting to see it.
本作はミッドガル脱出までを描いた3部作シリーズの Nintendo Switch 2で
Let's refresh it again.
Switch 2で展開する FF7 リメイクシリーズにぜひ
Just to be clear.
ぜひ
Oh, it's working now. Yo, we can play. Ah! Do I still need to do that now, Seth? Oh man. Well, can you look at the UK and check, or send me the link? If you send me the link, I'll switch to it. No, don't apologize. We took a hiatus together, Vanna. So that means we're pretty much gonna start back together. A new Hollow Knight? I don't know if it was Cyberpunk 2. I think it was just Cyberpunk 2077 becoming available on the Switch. Which is a huge indicator. Star Wars Outlaws. How many games did I just miss? I was looking at chat. Thank you. All right, we're gonna switch to the UK one. Sorry. Just gonna close that tab. Okay, we are now on the UK one. Apparently it runs better. Probably because UK has way better network backbones than we do. Professor Layton in the world to stream. Oh, that is so cute. Thank you, Seth. I really appreciate it. Wow.
ここまでたくさんのタイトルをご紹介してきま
We've
した
done a
が
lot of games so far. The next game will be the last from our publishing and development partners.
ご覧ください。
Please take a look. What is this? Devil May Cry? Is this a Capcom game? I give you my blood.
I give you my life.
What?
Turn.
Is this a From Software game?
And transport him to a night of moonlight.
A night of moonlight.
To humanity's very dusk.
Man, the graphics. Yo! Is it? Don't tell me this is a brand new game just for the Switch. From Software. Do not tell me this. Kind of looks like Alucard. Ooh. Yo. What is happening? What? Whoa! It's like Majora's Mask. Did you see that? Did you see that moon? What? Ah! Does that frog have jewels under his chin?
Close your eyes and contemplate now the moon.
Wait, is that co-op?
As befits the soon to depart.
I pray that you are able, carrier of blood.
Wait! Bloodborne? Is this Bloodborne? Yo, is this Bloodborne too? Are you kidding me? Is this a sequel to Bloodborne? Can someone tell me? Do you think this is a sequel to Bloodborne?
The moon tears will flow for one. And one alone.
The Duskbloods! Ah! This might be the same universe as Bloodborne! This is just as good! No. I'm just kidding. I'm acting like I don't have my hands full already this year. Brand new game by From Software. We'll be publishing a creator's voice article where the game's director, Hidetaka Miyazaki, will share more details about the game, so please check it out when it's available. That's all from our publishing and development partners. I'd like to thank the developers who appeared today, as well as our publishing and development partners who prepared footage for this presentation. In addition to what you saw today, our partners are working on many games coming to Nintendo Switch 2. We'll showcase more games in the future, so we hope you're looking forward to it. Next, please take a look at this. There's one more. There's one more. Kirby? Kirby title's gonna be the last thing? Wait! Yo, is this a Smash game? No. I'm just gonna say it's Kirby. It's not Super Smash Bros. It's not. Unless there's a Nintendo Switch 2 edition of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Whoa. Whoa! Wait, what? No! Really? Did it freeze for anyone else? This is a Kirby. Oh, snap! Yo! A racing game? In the air? Sakurai! What? Nice! Kirby Air Ride, which originally released on Nintendo GameCube over 20 years ago. See, I didn't play the first one. I didn't even know that was a thing. Hope you're looking forward to Kirby Air Ride, directed by Masahito Sakurai. Ah, there's one more! There's one more! Focus. What is this? I don't recognize it. Why is this the last trailer? Wait, is this Donkey Kong? Yo, is this a Donkey Kong, like, Odyssey game? Or Donkey Kong World game? No. 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 What? Yo! We get an open world Donkey Kong game! I didn't even know I wanted this! Immediately makes me think of Astrobot too. Oh, this is like Astrobot energy. Look at him! He is destroying everything! He's like Kratos! Nothing can stop him! What? Look at it! It's like, screw all of you! Get out of my way! It's like truck drivers on the road! It's a complex! Oh yeah! Ah! You know what I mean, Jessica? If you tell me that this is coming out this year as well, Nintendo stock just saved the global economy. I'm gonna call this right now. Nintendo is going to save the global economy today. Donkey Kong Bonanza with this single direct. They already broke YouTube in the States. Now they're gonna save the world. That was a brand new 3D platforming action game starring Donkey Kong called Donkey Kong Bonanza. With incredible strength, smash through enemies, walls, the ground, just about everything as you demolish your way through a massive underground world. More details will be shared in the future. I love you. All three of you. To recap, Nintendo Switch 2 launches on June 5th. Finally, here are the hardware options that will be available at launch. We will release Nintendo Switch 2, as well as a digital version of Mario Kart World! What? What? Everybody gets a game!
駆け足になりましたが、今回お伝えする内容は以上になります。
発売までもうしばらくお待ちいただくことになりますが、任天堂スイッチ2を皆さんにご体験いただけることを今からとても楽しみにしています。
最後までご覧いただきありがとうございました。
I am I need a moment. Okay. I need a moment. Yes, you know what? Right now, while I am trying to gather my thoughts, I need all of you to share your reactions. The chat is visible on the stream. This will be shared on other platforms, especially YouTube. Let all of us know what your thoughts of this direct is. Oh my gosh. Dread, are you kidding me right now? No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You didn't miss the whole thing, right? You didn't miss the whole thing. If you missed the whole thing, I'm gonna tell you right now, this goes for everyone. If you've missed any of this, I would encourage you to stop what you're doing if it's within your capacity. If you're stuck at work or school, I'm sorry. Go watch it, then talk to us. Stay off of social media until you've watched this direct. This, in my opinion, is a direct where you truly need to watch everything from start to finish. This isn't in my opinion, the first 18 minutes alone, this is, okay. I'm going to share my reaction and then I'm going to go back and look at the chat, okay? Here are my impressions of this Nintendo Switch 2 Direct. It has blown the doors off the hinges. Hands down. The first 18 minutes alone, in my opinion, was enough to justify a dedicated direct to just that. I honestly think that the first 18 minutes of the direct was enough to keep us talking until the release of the console. So everything else that was announced, in my opinion, is icing on a cake. And it is a layered, tiered, wedding style inspired cake. Just piling on stuff, piling on features, piling on games, piling on upgrades, piling on membership perks, piling on third-party support, piling on peripherals or accessories like the webcam. It is just incredible. There is a new button called C button that opens up chat or in-game chat. It opens up, we'll say, all communication features. So anything you can think of. If you want to, oh my gosh, if you want to play with others or broadcast what you are currently playing with your friends, you can do that with the click of a button. It has 4K, It has 4K capabilities when it's docked. It still has an LCD screen, but it is richer in pixels. It is a 7.9 inch display compared to, was it 6.2, I think? There are so many games to talk about, but the biggest thing for me, the two biggest things, I think is very similar. I think a lot of you will be in alignment, is Mario Kart World, getting to play with up to 24 other players. You can drive virtually everywhere and anywhere in the world. It is part of the requirements to get to the next stage or the next race. I honestly would compare Mario Kart World to the Forza Horizon games, especially Forza Horizon 5, I think. So not the latest one that's come out at the time of this stream/recording, but the one before it. It came out a couple years ago. It's available on Game Pass on Xbox, and is primarily at the time of this stream, I think it's still an Xbox only exclusive. But that alone was amazing, and they opened up the Direct with that. Then they gave us what I was always hoping for, what so many other creators and gamers and consumers all around have been clamoring for. What Nintendo did, in my opinion, was they went through the internet and they started doing takedowns for any mod-related builds of their games because they're going to offer these features on this console. I mean, we get to play, and I'll just pull it back up. I will pull it back up on the screen, okay? We're going to go back to the Zelda part, all right? Because I think that's worth watching twice, in my opinion. Let's just indulge right now, okay? Let's indulge. It is right. I think red cartridges, by the way, amazing. You get red Switch 2 cartridges instead of the gray ones. Remember, you cannot use your existing micro SD cards with the new console. It comes out June 5th. They're only giving us 63 days. And they didn't mention anything about pre-ordering. Did they? I might have missed that if they did. But if they don't make pre-orders available now, I feel like they should make it available on April 5th, because then that's exactly 2 months to figure it out. They even upgraded the Nintendo Switch Pro controller. They added a USB-C port to a headphone audio jack to the bottom, which is just amazing. And they have the C button on there. And where is it? I want to see it. Oh, okay. So this is where they start talking about the Nintendo Switch 2 editions of a select lineup of games, which Nintendo in the future is going to do exactly what they did with the Switch, where they with the Switch they kept like remastering or making HD versions of the Wii games or the Wii U games. So now they're doing the same thing but with the Switch and making Switch 2 editions. So I really think that webcam is going to make all the difference. And I also think that it's going to be incredibly hard to get. So make sure that if it's within your budget, they also didn't mention a price for the Switch 2, did they? If they did, I missed it. But I would stress that the webcam's probably going to be close to $100 if they haven't already announced that too. So try your best to be prepared to try and get your hands on both of those, both the console and that, in my opinion. Even if you are a content creator like myself that has a PC, so I don't need a webcam at all, but it opens up the door for so many things, especially for like local gatherings or couch co-op or just couch gaming in general. You have a webcam down there. That one webcam will pick up everyone within the vicinity, including audio, and be able to allow us to experience new features. Okay, so here we go. If you want to look at the Zelda content, start at like 54 minutes, and we'll say 30 seconds. 54 minutes, 30 seconds. And circling back, being able to have that webcam is going to be so helpful, in my opinion. And Sad, thank you so much for gifting a tier 1 sub to Dreddy Bear. They just say the top port's good for a USB-C webcam, not our USB-C webcam, implying it supports any such webcam. Computer Nerd, thank you so much for pointing that out. If that is true, that is incredible. Okay, let's start right here. Let's rewatch the Zelda portion, okay? Nintendo Switch 2 editions of The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom feature enhanced resolution and frame rates. And also support HDR. Look, there's a reason why they showed that, okay? I need y'all to go back, make sure we put DB Geek's link in the comments below, or once this is published on YouTube, or in the chat right now, both on TikTok and YouTube. Y'all need to go back. Y'all need to watch the creator panel. That was one of the things I believe Smithic brought up. The fact that, and we're all familiar with it, all of us that have played Breath of the Wild have cried, both internally and externally, about the frame rate drop performances, especially in the Korok Forest, where the most iconic moment, this is not a spoiler anymore, it's not my fault you didn't play Breath of the Wild at this stage, 8 years later, when you go to get the Master Sword. Look at this. Look, okay, this would drop anywhere from, Breath of the Wild natively runs at 30 frames per second. It will drop anywhere from 24 to like 16 in my experience. So that was one of the first things that modders would do, is fix or patch these things. And even Nintendo, I think, released patches in the future after the game released to try and help improve this. But this is everything and more. I'm gonna start it back one more time. Zelda fans will appreciate this. Anyone else is like, please stop doing that. Just play it. Enhanced resolution and frame rates. Also support HDR, which makes the image more vibrant. You can play with smoother, higher definition graphics. This is... You can get even more out of your adventures in Hyrule using Zelda Notes. This new feature can be accessed via the Nintendo Switch app on smart devices. It's a game-specific service that's exclusive to the Nintendo Switch 2 edition games. It can help you guide to various locations like shrines and Koroks. Huge for me. I still have like 600 plus Koroks to find, which means I actually will finish this now. You can share your creations using QR codes? Are you kidding me? And send them to another player to create in their game? We can share builds? We hope these features will make your adventure even more playable or enjoyable. I mean, if you only wanted us to play one franchise, then that's all they had to do. I mean, are we gonna play anything else? Are we gonna be able to play anything else after that? Like, are you kidding me right now? What? I think a full replay of these games is not necessary. Absolutely. And it's going to be so easy to do. Because the thing is, it doesn't matter if you're familiar with the game. Any feature or any upgrade or any update that is, in my opinion, directed towards improving the quality of life for us consumers / gamers / creators is welcome. And imagine how the game will look on your TVs. For anyone that is blessed enough to have a 4K monitor or television with HDR support, I highly encourage, okay, just to get that out the way before y'all ruin everything for me, to play those games on a large TV. Do not allow yourself to just play in handheld mode. Although it's still going to look amazing, you have to play it on the TV. You have to at least experience it on the TV, because there's just very few things out there, in my opinion, that can provide the level of satisfaction and happiness that The Legend of Zelda inspires and delivers on so many levels for so many of us around the world. And it has been that way for almost 40 years. Hands down. That alone was enough for me. And then, you know what? We'll talk about Metroid. Because although you haven't really seen me play anything more than Metroid Dread, that's a sore subject. We did beat it, though. Just almost cost me my heart. Metroid Prime 4 Beyond is something we've been waiting 10 plus years for. It will have both a Nintendo Switch and Nintendo Switch 2 Edition. In addition to standard controls, you can use intuitive mouse controls on Switch 2, which is huge. Plus, you can explore the immersive world in 4K at 60 frames. This is Nintendo! This is Nintendo! There's quality mode, there's performance mode, 120 frames per second! For my tech geeks out there! And then Pokemon Legends Z to A. Elephant in the room with the first Pokemon Legends game was the graphics. People still loved it in the end, but graphics had a lot to be desired. And they are making sure to deliver with having this both available for the Switch and Switch 2 with the Switch 2 Edition. So let's pause right here. Super Mario Party Jamboree Nintendo Switch 2 Edition. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild Nintendo Switch 2 Edition. The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom Nintendo Switch 2 Edition. Kirby and the Forgotten Land 2 Edition, Nintendo Switch 2 Edition. Plus Star-Crossed World. That is something that is not in the original Nintendo Switch version of Kirby and the Forgotten Land. Metroid Prime 4 Beyond Nintendo Switch 2 Edition. We did not need this. Okay, I'm just kidding. We needed this. I'm so happy. But we didn't need this alongside all of this at the same time. What am I going to do? And then Pokemon Legends Z to A Nintendo Switch 2 Edition. At this time in my life, I have not desired being able to be a full-time creator more in my life. Oh my gosh. It is going to be so difficult to focus on anything outside of this when the Switch 2 launches. And you know what? The final thing, it's not the final thing, but I'm going to emphasize it as if it's my final statement. The metaphorically speaking final thing that I want to hammer home on all of you is the fact that the Nintendo Switch 2 launches June 5th. And for most of the world, that is summertime, or at least half of the world. For most of the world, I think when it comes to education, or school, I should say, a lot of you are either going to be just now starting your summer vacations, or it is right around the corner, which means you don't have to stress about trying to play this in between your classes or during your classes if you're a bad student, or at work. Just kidding. No, work is all year round for most of us. But summertime, if you are a teacher and you normally, especially for us that grew up with Nintendo, if you're a teacher or anyone that gets to have time off in the summer is going to be able to take full advantage of this as long as they can get their hands on the console, because, I mean, they broke YouTube with this Direct. They are releasing a lot of incredible games at launch and Nintendo Switch 2 editions of the top selling games on the Nintendo Switch. So it's just, what this means is this is going to be like the best summer ever if you get your hands on the Nintendo Switch 2. And if you don't have the summer off, now is the time to put your vacation requests in. Both paid and unpaid, if allowed. Because you know what you can do? You can find a side hustle to make some money. All right? They're like, look, I'll give you 2 weeks off, but you only have 1 week of PTO. And I'm like, all right, so I guess I need to either save money between now and then or come up with a side gig because I need 2 weeks. I need a month off. I need to forget that there's anything more important in life than this console and all these wonderful games. It will not actually be that way, okay? Happy wife, happy life in my household. I know. New age is happy spouse, happy house. I'm happy for you. But for me, happy house, happy spouse equals happy wife, happy life. But fortunately, not only do I have a wonderful wife that is also my artist, but she also has gotten back into playing the Nintendo Switch. As a matter of fact, I bought her pink Joy-Cons and she's been playing Grand Theft Auto Vice City. I cannot make this up. When she told me that she wanted to play Grand Theft Auto, when literally the only game she ever played on the Switch before was Breath of the Wild. She hasn't even played Tears of the Kingdom. Snipper Clips, Super Mario Odyssey, and Animal Crossing, to taking a, I don't know, I don't think she's played the Switch since like I'll say 2018, maybe 2018, 2019. So she's coming back and she's playing this. So she's at work right now in class teaching students. She's an art director for anyone that doesn't know. So she knows about the Direct. She told me to update her on this stuff. I think we're all in agreement that no one has enough time right now to be able to provide all the updates. And the only thing you can do, in my opinion, is just go watch the Direct. That, in my opinion, is peak content creation. That is, I think, the goal of every creator, is to be able to make a video that just keeps you hooked from start to finish. And that is exactly what Nintendo did. Nintendo kept me hooked from start to finish. There was just a couple of like third-party games that I personally wasn't interested in, but that comes down to personal preference. For the most part, this was like 95% must watch, in my opinion, from start to finish. And again, I want to show this off because it just looks so good. So look at these pink Joy-Cons. You can get them anywhere, but Midnight, you did mention a great point. Like anything, there's nothing you can do about combating the scalpers that will ultimately try and possibly successfully get their hands on as many of these consoles as possible. The only thing you can do is have your notifications on. Spend time right now, okay? Spend time right now Googling sites like Now in Stock, Google Now in Stock, to keep your eyes on where you can pre-order or when certain companies have the Switches in stock. Because some things that I hadn't understood for the longest time is just the fact that if you pre-order something, you should still be able to pre-order even if it's unavailable. Like it'll say out of stock. And I'm assuming that that's because that means that's how many consoles they have available at that time from manufacturing. But I would argue that many of us might be in alignment with this philosophy, but how many of you would be okay with pre-ordering a console, even if you know yours will not be shipped at launch, but you know it'll arrive? Like they'll give you a time window, like, hey, unfortunately you didn't pre-order fast enough, but we still want you to get your hands on the console. So instead of having to go on eBay or other sites to buy a inflated cost console because of scalpers, I hate them, by the way. I am 100,000% anti-scalper. If you're a scalper, screw you. I hope you go bankrupt. Respectfully. Not respectfully. But other than that, make sure that you save up your money. Oh, sorry. I forgot my point. ADD. The point I was trying to make was that I feel like if you know your console is secured, you're willing to wait. Especially if you have a Switch. I will tell you right now, I would be willing to wait a month, 2 months, 3 months if it means I know I'm going to have the console. I know it's easier said now. Might be a different story, but many of us will probably get more than one of these Switches down the road. Maybe not within the first year for many reasons, both financially and inventory wise, but you know, many of us own more than one Switch. So that's how I feel every pre-order should be for any company is, hey, this is a guaranteed sale, especially if you force us to pay for it up front. Like, if we're paying for it up front, you could even put in there that there's a no cancellation. Like if they're worried, oh, let's make a console for every pre-order, but then people cancel for whatever reason, and now they have this overage of stock. It's like, look, just put a no refund policy or a restocking fee, or you have to pay for the first half of it up front, and then when it ships, you have to pay the other half, or you have to pay the other half in order to ship it when it's time. Whatever. But just, I hate having to constantly be on top of sites figuring out when consoles or collector's editions will be available. I know many of you can agree with me or feel that pain, at least. Even if you don't agree with my potential solutions, you agree that it's such a pain having to keep up with all that stuff. And then a lot of us at the end of the day will just end up going on eBay and paying for, let's say the Switch 2 costs $400. We're now paying anywhere from $600 to $800 to $1,000 or more. And it's horrible. And I'd love to pre-order just to know that it's coming. Yeah. Just get rid of pre-orders completely, because at that point you may be waiting a long time. Yo, Thornton Riley. Honestly, I support that too. For the most part. The reason why I don't 100% support it is because of Black Friday and the horror stories that surround it. For example, when Apple releases their new devices, their new phones or whatever, you have people that'll line up at the Apple Store days before it releases or a week, or you have people that will break into the stores. Y'all remember a couple years ago when I think a bunch of people stole a bunch of, like, they broke into an Apple store and stole a bunch of phones and stuff, and it was like live streaming it or posting that they stole this stuff on the internet because they're, I'm gonna go back and just say survival of the fittest. Okay, sometimes people that, you know, aren't quite at the same level as us, and I say that because we're all supposed to be equal, but come on. If you do things like that, you and I are not at the same level. I am not interested in intentionally committing a crime, breaking into a store, stealing these things, and then broadcasting it on the internet. Hey, I'm a criminal. This is a stolen phone. It's like, you idiot. And you wonder why you're in jail right now. Anyways, if they take away pre-orders completely, in my opinion, you're going to run into similar events or situations that could potentially compromise your safety. Either you're stuck outside of a GameStop or Best Buy or Target or Walmart or whatever stores that have these, like these brick and mortar stores that have these consoles available at launch. You have that. You have people that will try and just take it from you. They might just like football tackle you and take your console and run off with it. You might have shady employees that also want their own consoles and might lie about the stock to customers or something. Be like, yeah, we just sold the last one. In reality, the customer is challenging your statement. Let's say this is a Target or something. Like you just got there, you couldn't pre-order the console because they took away pre-orders. And you looked at the Target app or you went online and it said there's 5 available. And then by the time you got there, it says there's 1 available. And you just got to the counter and you're like, I would like 1 Nintendo Switch 2 console, please. And they're like, man, you just missed it. And I'm like, but it still says 1 on the website. And then they can fall on, the sites sometimes don't keep up with inventory live, especially if it's a product that's being, that's selling very quickly. So yeah, I think sometimes our systems just fall behind, but no, we are absolutely out. And they are lying through their teeth. They have put a little sticker or they've hidden that console somewhere in the back and they're like, I cannot wait till my shift is over to buy this mysteriously found console that you just happen to find or whatever in the warehouse and be like, you know what? I guess it's my lucky day. US prices are out. How much is it? How much is the Switch 2? Thank you, World Monarch. So bottom line, that's the risk, in my opinion, of if they decided to take away pre-orders, it becomes the wild, wild west out there. Now, the flip side is, if you run into none of those situations, then you get to relive one of the very few magical moments in life, especially as a gamer, where you've been looking forward to a console and you finally did what you had to do to be able to buy a console. You make it to the store. You're like, I would like 1 PlayStation 5 Pro because I couldn't think of another console right now that I would like to have, but would never want to spend the money on, especially without a disc drive. Screw that. PlayStation trying to act like Apple. Whatever. I hope it never sells out. And then they give you the console in that big box, that big, beautiful, colorful box. Y'all remember when you bought your Switches? You remember holding that box in your hand, opening up that box, unveiling a tablet, scrambling to find the Joy-Cons, scrambling to figure out how to attach the Joy-Cons, scrambling to figure out how to detach the Joy-Cons, and then trying to figure out what games you want to play right now. It's amazing. So it's going to be just like that when you get the Switch 2, whether it's through pre-orders or not. And oh man, this is going to be so amazing. I'm sorry. I went on a rant. You said US prices are out. How much is the Switch 2 right now? I mean, I'm probably going to pre-order as soon as I can. $450 for the console, $500 for the Mario Kart bundle. You know what? Respect. In my opinion, and I'm sorry for those of you that are now freaking out if that's more than you expect, but in my opinion, the first 18 minutes justifies the price. I still think it's a deal. But I will not act like $500 is chump change. It is not. $500 is a lot of money, regardless of whether that is fair pricing for the console or not. So you also have 2 months before the console releases. You probably don't have 2 months to pre-order, though. There's a good chance you probably only have like the first couple of minutes, unless Nintendo truly figured out a way to make this to successfully be able to fulfill the demand. I don't think any company is able to fulfill the demand at launch when it's something that's going to be released on a global scale. Something like the Switch that has been out for 8 years, that has been very tight-lipped on everything about the Switch 2, up until this year for the most part. When there are other consoles that are, like, performance-wise, light years ahead of Nintendo, in my opinion. Especially PlayStation, as far as how well they sell. Xbox is, and for anyone that doesn't know, I work for Microsoft, but if you've been keeping up with like Xbox news or gaming news, you can see that Microsoft is pivoting towards a different direction and like silently bowing out of the console wars. I say that because they're not saying they're technically bowing out of the console wars. It's just they're trying to make their games accessible across all platforms. It's great for consumers that don't have Xboxes and whatnot, but it also, I think, hurts the consoles, the console sales, the justifications for spending $500 for an Xbox Series X, right? I think all the features that the Switch 2 comes with, between the built-in communication features with built-in speakers, both from the dock and the Switch itself, right? Like imagine. I feel like they're teasing us right now, but okay, let's do this. Let me show you. I feel like, because y'all already saw what game is in this console, right? They didn't announce this, but you know Monolith is working on this. You know. Why would they not, right? Just imagine. Imagine how Xenoblade Chronicles X would look. Nintendo Switch 2 edition. How amazing that would look. Imagine. I remember the Windows Phone. It had that Windows 8 tile view. But imagine how this will look. Imagine how the other Xenoblade games would look in general. Like Seth just mentioned. They didn't show this, but imagine if they released a Nintendo Switch 2 edition of Scarlet and Violet. I mean, I would rebuy those games if it meant that not only does it perform better, but you know, the world is just slightly more developed. They could release a Nintendo Switch version or Nintendo Switch 2 edition of the first Pokemon Legends and give that the same treatment that they're giving the other games. It would look amazing. And the point of all of this is that it is still a possibility. They don't have to have all of this available at launch. They don't have to have all of this available this year or next year. But it's literally, all of this is possible. And Nintendo knows that they now have a first world problem of deciding what games to release in what order, you know? Maybe they aren't struggling with that because any successful company has an established content delivery or product delivered schedule per se. So Nintendo always likes to have games that come out in the springtime or major announcements in the springtime, and then typically deliver content or games in the summer and in the fall. You could say that about the other platforms, but you know what I mean. Like, I feel like there's a heightened focus, a heightened emphasis, because the Switch came out in March of 2017. And so they almost made it. They're only 3 months apart from when the first Switch released at the time of the year. And in exchange for delaying the Switch to the summer, which I personally feel is even sooner than expected, I was expecting a winter launch title or winter launch window, because historically, that's when other consoles come out. However, if I was truly paying attention to the fact that Nintendo does like to do things, you know, in a cycle, then I should have suspected that it would come out at this time of the year. And if Nintendo already announced that previously, I've just been out of the loop on all the news updates for so many reasons. Core community knows. So it's just amazing. I think it's amazing. And I really don't have anything to complain about. The only thing, I guess, I lied. The only thing I can think of is just not having cellular capabilities. But at this time in the stream/recording, at this time in our world, you have services like Starlink and other satellite internet providers. If you wanted to connect to the internet somehow, remotely somewhere. We also have Wi-Fi 6. We have 5G. If you have a phone plan, you can use your phone as a hotspot. Just double check your plan to ensure that, you know, using your phone as a hotspot doesn't get charged to your bill for data usage, and then it just your bill your bill makes you go bankrupt because you wanted to play the Switch somewhere. But all the other social features they've added, all the performance features that they've included, they have a built-in fan in. Is it the dock or the Switch? I think it's the dock, right? They have a built-in fan in the dock to keep it cool. Nintendo keeps making GameCube controllers in 2025. I know. I have a Nintendo 64 controller that I still haven't opened for some reason. Like, I'm not trying to hold it as a collector's thing. It's just, I just haven't been inspired to want to use the Nintendo 64 controller. I personally feel that was the weirdest controller they ever released, because we don't have 3 hands. So really, you know, if you are immature like I am, you're just like third arm in the middle, third leg in the middle. I mean, it's not going to change. You know what I mean? Like, you know, you just got to do what you got to do. Everybody got to deal with it. Not everybody, but many of us have to deal with it. Like, but other than that, I'm just thinking about so many things. I'm thinking about the fact that I have predicted Wind Waker right, like moments before they opened up with Wind Waker for the first title to become available, or one of the first titles, one of the launch titles to be available through the GameCube Virtual Console. And yeah, I know, Monarch, it really is. Wizzrobes, anyone new here? I hope your experience, your reaction is similar to mine. Maybe not as over the top, dramatic, comatose inducing, but I hope it was positive. And before I wrap this up, I do want to look at comments now. I'm going to read the comments. I'm just going to say I agree or disagree, and then move on to the next one, because if I go on to another rant, then I'll keep missing comments. So if there's something you wanted to say, both on TikTok or Twitch, now's the time. Am I working? No, I got today off, Seth. I got today off. I made sure. And then also, anyone that's watching DB's stream, I will be participating in the Mario Kart part of it. That's probably in 45 minutes, isn't it? I should probably check my Discord. Just make sure. So y'all help me stay on top of that. I want to make sure I join for that piece because he not only did he ask, but obviously I'm willing. It's Mario Kart. I don't know if the lobbies are closed. You know what? I'm gonna ping VTech. VTech might be able to give me some details. Because if DB's streaming right now, he's probably not going to see any TMs. I'm just going to ask him, can you... All right. So, if VTech doesn't get back to me because he's also, trying to mod the stream, anyone who has DB's stream up, let me know. But okay. So, circling back, I'm looking at chat now. So tell me, what are your thoughts? Anything I didn't cover, or what are you most looking forward to? And also, please share those same statements in the comment section when I release this on YouTube or on TikTok, because I want this. Like, this is a legendary day. Okay, so you could be a part of history. Make sure you're doing something that allows you to solidify where you were at or that you were part of this. Like, this is a collective experience for many of us. Vanny, you said you're getting some practice rounds? Yeah, definitely Mario Kart World. That's going to be bonkers. So Soulless Frog is definitely excited about that. Understandably. And you even get a discount. If you buy the digital version at launch with the console and it comes out to $500, that means you paid $50 for it. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that Nintendo Switch 2 games will probably start at $70. Unless they've announced that the prices. How many of you think it'll be $70? Or do you think it'll still be 60? Sella said, oh, wait, hold on. I'm going to read in order. Ailey said, I just want Nintendo to eventually give me Eternal Darkness, Sanity's Requiem on the GameCube, Nintendo Switch Online for once. We can pack a Switch 2 up. It's my favorite GameCube game. Well, Alig, you'll be happy to know that you now know that's a possibility down the pipeline. I mean, they're going to be focusing on trying to get as many GameCube titles on the virtual console as much as possible. Sella said, I'm just super excited to see you play Breath of the Wild. I didn't get to see you play that, and seeing the playthroughs of both games, hopefully back to back, is going to be so exciting. Yes, absolutely. Man, I can't wait. Rumor has it that they'll be $70 to $80, so that tracks. Okay. I would be surprised if they are the first company to make games start at $80. Now, I'm sure they might. I think it's going to be $70. I hope it'll be $70 with, special editions or whatever that range to 80 or more. But I really hope it's not 80. If it is 80, let's keep in mind at the time of the stream / recording, I don't want to go on a political rant or anything, but if you're in the States, I think tariffs are getting implemented, reciprocal tariffs. And what that means is anything not made in America is going to cost us more money. So if we see a price hike in the consoles or in the games, actually, now that I've said that out loud, there's a good chance that the Switch 2 being $450 and $500 is more important than ever for Nintendo. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that they were expecting to pay that or charge that to begin with. Maybe $400 was like the goal, but then things like tariffs come into play. And if you don't know what that means, it means that if you want to import products into other countries. So if Japan wants to import products into the USA, unless they have their own special contract in place or something, or agreement with the states, they're going to have to pay a fee just to do that. And then companies typically, in order to get their money back, will charge us consumers more money. So the companies will inflate the cost of their products to get consumers to ultimately pay for tariffs. So if you're hearing the message of, oh yeah, tariffs is going to help the economy, especially for America, long term down the road, I argue that is a theory. And I know there's only one way to test it out, but it is at the expense of us. All of us are going to feel the pain of tariffs. It's going to kind of remind me of during the pandemic when the world had shut down and we're experiencing shortages with electronic devices because everyone's having to work remotely or hybrid jobs, and the cost of like chips, especially for computers or any electronic device, went up, and you're struggling to get your hands on anything. I just feel that maybe this potentially helps Nintendo break even. Maybe they're hoping to make, the same amount of money that they would with the Switch if it was lower in price. Or Nintendo is eating the cost, and in a, testament to their like love for us, Nintendo fans and Nintendo consumers or video game consumers in general, they are willing to eat the cost right now to still keep this at a manageable price for us, especially if you look at the specs. Because if you look at the specs, once we find out everything and you want to buy a different device that offers either the same specs or more, you're going to pay for that. Like if you get a Steam Deck or Asus ROG or Lenovo, whatever, I don't even remember what they're all called. There's a bunch of different Switch-like systems out there that range anywhere from $400 to $800, maybe $1,000, mainly because you can play like PC games and whatnot, but they're huge. They look like the Sega Game Gear from the 90s. And they're heavy, and in my opinion, not worth it. I am totally fine, and I know it's biased, and it is. So whatever. I'm totally fine with just waiting for the Switch 2 to come out, and or waiting for Nintendo to release a console that offers us similar experiences. Just like what DB said in the panel yesterday, all Nintendo had to do was just refine on what they've already made. Kind of like every year when a new iPhone comes out, it looks the same on the outside, minus a button, minus slightly thinner bezels or more or higher display or improvements in the camera or whatever. It's still on the surface, looks like it's the same, but it got an internal upgrade. I was fine with that with the Switch. I will say I'm excited for the potential of different color options for the Switch 2. I think them releasing the Switch 2 in just one color as of right now probably helps with meeting the demand better, as opposed to let's offer both a black version and a white version, or a neon version and a black version, or gray version or gray edition. And now they're struggling to meet the demand because they have to find the resources needed for both editions. Because you just have to expand your mind. You have to open up your mind and think about everything. Think about the process from start to finish on how we get products. And you don't have to know about all those things, especially if you don't plan on getting into that line of work, but it helps with with you being able to become more patient and understanding about things. Like if you know there's a delay in when your console is going to arrive, but you know you're going to get it, feel better because you know that the flip side is you have the money to get a console, but you can't get your hands on one, and then life happens, and now you have to dip into the money that you had saved up for the console in order to take care of other things that came up. And had you been able to successfully reserve your console, you would have just had to become more creative about how to get that money to handle your life situation elsewhere. And believe me, most of us would have found a way, as opposed to, oh yeah, it's fine, I'll just cancel my super lucky reservation of a console that's going to be released globally within 2 months, you know? So, there's so much. Hey, like you said, I'm going to sell my right kidney. I have 2 of them. Stephanie Godin said, way too similar. Not enough upgrades for me to go out and buy a new Switch for sure. Stephanie, everyone's entitled to their opinion. Number 1. Number 2, thank you so much for being here. Number 3, did you watch the whole direct? Because they didn't even talk about the Nintendo Switch 2 edition games until, as you can see at this timestamp, 57 minutes into the presentation. And it's only an hour and 33 minutes long because of just the time, the countdown time. I'm sure they have a separate video of just the direct itself that runs right at an hour. There's a good chance that companies like GameStop might do promotions where if you trade in your original Switch to put towards the Switch 2, you might get, extra $50 or something. I will say that I would definitely do that. If I have more than one Switch. I have too many for 2 people because of so many reasons. I would say if you have more than one Switch, definitely trade one in if you're not already thinking about it. Unless they're both limited edition and you just love them so much, or your kids won't allow you to take away their console. If not, I would definitely say that it's worth holding out. Like if you either don't have a Switch anymore or you only have one Switch, and you were like, man, I was going to get an OLED because maybe the OLED models will get a price drop or all the other Switch models might get price drops in order to sell their existing stock until they finally cut off manufacturing. I would say that you should definitely look forward to trading in like your console or selling it if you are trying to save money. If you don't need to do that, then good. But it's definitely worth it. He said, would PS5 be effective as well? What do you mean, Empowered? I think you got the quote slightly wrong. You can have the console in any color you want as long as it's black. Christian, 100%. I am too. Thank you so much for being here. I'm so excited. I am so excited for this Switch. It is, oh my gosh. There's just so much to it. I don't think has anyone else experienced this amount of stimulation within a 1 hour period? Like, I feel like I might pass out. Yeah, maybe I should go on a walk. I probably will go on a walk later, actually. Let me check my Discord too. I need to know when DB's going to be doing the Mario Kart part. Wheelchair basketball. Blowfish. Welcome in. That is That might have been the first lull for me. That might have been, if not, it was one of the lulls because I was just like, that was the only sports like game they showed, right? Well, unless you count skateboarding. Other than that, I was just like, where's my Nintendo Switch 2 Sports, edition? It's kind of cool how the mouse controls work for it, though. That is a great point, Seth. Thank you for bringing that up. That was a feature that I think leading up to this Direct that started getting leaked, but just the fact that it has that built-in, it makes sense, right? Because it already has gyroscope controls. So why wouldn't it be able to function as a mouse? But at the same time, it hasn't really needed to do that in the past. I guess it kind of already did in a way, but just for the games. I don't know if there's a built-in web browser. I'm sure it'll have built-in web browsing capabilities, mainly for services like connecting to the eShop, but the voice chat thing was leaked too? Really? See, that's the good news about not being up to date on all this is I missed out on a lot of the leaks. Now, I did not miss out on the design of the Switch 2 leak, unfortunately. I wasn't even looking for it. That's just how the platforms I'm on knows that any Nintendo-related content, it should feed to me. So I ended up seeing that leak. So I was surprised whenever Nintendo released that Direct, and it was like 1-to-1, I think. So I was like, oh, dang. If you're a leaker, you suck. If you're a scalper, you suck. If you are a troll that likes to spoil things, you suck. And I'm talking about people that will go into streams or just in comment sections and forums and stuff and just spoil story and spoil all that. They suck. You hate leaks. I want to be surprised also. Exactly. I gotta breathe, chat. I gotta breathe. This is... man. They really delivered. In my opinion. So they've released some of these videos individually now. Ooh, let's look at the Hyrule Warriors one again. It's only 1 minute 47 seconds. 120 frames per second.
When the Zonai, who descended from the heavens, joined hands with the Hylians, who dwelled on the surface, their union led to a great and prosperous kingdom.
Oh, sorry. Let me start over since I was in the chat view. There we go.
When the Zonai, who descended from the heavens, joined hands with the Hylians, who dwelled on the surface, their union led to a great and prosperous kingdom. But in time, a terrible evil arose. A war was fought to vanquish this evil, one which future generations would call the Imprisoning War.
Perhaps you truly have traveled back in time.
So that's Hyrule Castle?
Wow.
Then that must mean this really is the past.
This story is perfect for a Warriors game. Because we were already witnessing, look at that! I was so stunned I missed that part. Zelda is fighting a Lionel herself. With what looks like her own version of a sword. Like an energy sword. Oh, man. Age of Imprisonment. Does it say when it comes out? Coming this winter? Okay, so if there's anything I've learned, them saying coming this winter doesn't guarantee a 2025 release date. There's a chance it could come out in January or February. So let's just set that expectation. If that's the case, that's totally fine in my opinion, because of the fact that we have the Nintendo Switch 2 editions of Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, which will keep us plenty busy. There's also the other Hyrule Warriors games. And then the big thing is, this is actually canon. That was one of the major complaints for Zelda fans in the past, is that those games, as great as the stories are or can be in those specific titles, they're isolated to those worlds. Like, it's not canon. So those timelines don't actually fall into the Hylian timeline or Hyrule Historia or whatever. Yeah, if they could just change the whole Secret Stones name, that would be great. That I would say that's the laziest thing they've done. Is just call the stones Secret Stones. But you know what it was? They wanted to keep it. Okay, I'm about to sound like someone who, and I say this to Unicorn all the time, and I think she's mostly in agreement with me, but are y'all familiar with abstract art? Have you ever seen what abstract art looks like? From an untrained artist eye perspective, abstract art looks like you closed your eyes, you dipped your hands in paint or whatever, and you just threw it. like splatter art or something. Like, you just threw it onto a canvas and you're like, masterpiece. I'm going to sell this for $2 million at one of the world's most prestigious museums, or to famous people, you know, or like the ones where it's just like shapes. You know, it's like, oh, look, circle here, triangle here, square here. And you're like, do you see how incredible this work of art is? Like, it invokes thought, it inspires creativity. There's a certain level of sadness to it, some loneliness. Oh my gosh, what an incredible work of art. That's the same energy that I'm getting with what I'm about to say with the whole Secret Stones, because I might be giving Nintendo more credit than they actually deserve, but the possible theory of calling the stones Secret Stones is that this is easily translatable across the hundreds of languages in the world and cultures. It removes a certain layer of complexity in understanding the story, because it's like, maybe not everyone can keep up with a fancy name for the stones. You know, like in Final Fantasy, you have like mana crystals or whatever. Final Fantasy could have just been like energy crystals that have energy in them. You know, they could have just called it that, and that would be easy to remember. Secret Stones means, you know, they're stones that people should know about, and there's a certain layer or a certain level of mystery around them, you know. That's what I hope is the situation. If that's not, they're just like, look, we really want to get this game out. Let's just call the stones Secret Stones. Screw it. Like, everyone will know. Okay, just name them Secret Stones. Don't come up with anything fancy. You know, we don't need to try and force it. I'm looking at you, core community. Just wanted to take that out of your mouths. Anyways, that's what I feel. We demand fancy names. Yeah. Well, they have new amiibos for Tears of the Kingdom. What do they have? I might have been too stunned to notice that too. Wait. That's 7 minutes long. Is there more footage that we didn't see? Maybe I didn't realize it was always 7 minutes long. Wait, there is! Oh, we're watching this, people. We're watching this. Zelda fans will appreciate this no matter how many times we look at it.
Adventures in Hyrule on the Nintendo Switch 2 system. The Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, and The Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom games will both have Nintendo Switch 2 editions. Jump back into the adventure, now with enhanced resolution and frame rates.
Oh my gosh.
They both support HDR, which makes the image more vibrant, and they have smoother, higher definition graphics.
Oh my gosh.
Plus, the load times when warping are much faster, helping you explore Hyrule with ease.
Yes! Perfect! Look at the side-by-side comparison!
If you already own the Nintendo Switch games, your save data can be carried over.
Yo! What? I can pick up where I left off with the Korok hunting!
2 manual save data files, so feel free to start a new game without worrying about losing your old data.
Yes! What? Are you kidding me?
Introducing Zelda Notes.
Yes!
A new feature that can help you get even more out of your adventures in Hyrule.
They did not need to do this!
It's a game-specific service found in the Nintendo Switch app on smart devices that's
They
exclusive
did not
to the Switch 2 editions of these games.
to hit this hard.
It's designed to provide a more
Are you
streamlined
kidding me?
gameplay experience.
This is...
Let's go over some of the new features you'll find in Zelda Notes.
Wow. Daily bonus? I'm gonna have an incentive?
Sometimes, it can be tough to locate shrines you haven't cleared or Koroks hiding around Hyrule. That's where navigation comes in handy.
Wow, you can hide discovered... Yeah!
Guidance activating.
It even...
north.
I forgot about that.
It'll provide
small
a
detail.
Voiced guide.
Voice navigation! Voice! So you don't have to hold your phone next to you!
Your destination is above.
You have a GPS!
Your destination is nearby. You have reached your destination. Guidance deactivating.
What?
Give it a try as you search for all sorts of things.
Yes, Fana. Yes. Voice memories?
When you visit certain places, you can hear voice memories.
My study. I found a silent princess in a corner of this desolate room. How many years?
These are stories that weren't in the original games. Voice memories can be located using navigation.
Your destination is nearby.
Oh my god. Oh my Hylia. Oh my Hylia! Everyone!
I shudder to think of what would have happened if Link hadn't led everyone
Every
here.
single player is going to have a reason why they should go back to
You
this!
won't just hear stories from Princess Zelda.
This
Nadia,
altar is considered the most holy place in the temple.
You can look forward to hearing stories from 2 other characters as well.
Is this the afterlife?
Master Koga! Master
Zelda
Koga!
Tears of the Kingdom, you can freely create your own vehicles and weapons.
No!
But have you ever wanted to share your creations?
This can only be done on the Switch 2. Let's make that clear. Set it in the bottom. Can't do
With
this on the
auto-build
original
sharing,
Switch, so you gotta get your Switch 2.
You can create QR codes to share blueprints with others, even on social media. When receiving a QR code, you can scan it with Zelda Notes and use materials to auto-build the creation
60
in your
slots. Did you see that? 60. Kildimo, it's... Nadia, it's just gonna be amazing. Oh my gosh. No!
Another thing you can do with QR codes is gift in-game items to other players.
What? Yo!
For example, when gifting a sword or some meat, you can create a QR code.
We can gift Items?
Then another player can receive it in
Y'all
their
can help
game
me
via Zelda notes.
finish my collections? Yo.
With Photo
Yes,
Studio,
okay.
you can edit photos taken in-game. By sending your pics to Zelda notes, you can crop them.
Okay, hold on. I want to share this with y'all. And I'm going to rewind it about 30 seconds so that we can see the whole thing. Okay, so here is this video. I'm going to share both on TikTok and YouTube. Oh my gosh. Let's go back to right there. Got you.
With Photo Studio, you can edit photos taken in-game.
Man, I have
By sending your
so
pics
many
to Zelda
awesome
notes,
photos.
You can crop them
from like the dragon. 14 minutes?
And decorate them with stamps. Or add a QR code to share your creations.
Can't do this. Can't do this, people.
My Play Data keeps track of different records since your adventures began, such as the number of enemies you've defeated. You can even earn in-app medals based on your records. Aim for new medals and goals, like total distance traveled or rupees collected.
Okay, I'm sorry. I need to go back because I was looking at
And
the
decorate them
Discord
with stamps.
for the Mario Kart.
Or add a QR code to share your creations.
Is Dreddy Bear watching this?
My Play Data keeps track of
Dreddy
different
Bear's
records
gonna
since
have
your
so much
adventures
fun with
began,
all this.
such as the number of enemies you've defeated.
Yo! What?
You can even earn
Stats?
in-app medals based on your
I can
records.
finally see how many times I've defeated
Aim for new
Colgera!
medals and goals, like total distance traveled
Oh
or
my-
rupees collected.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
With global play data, you can see where your records rank within the global community.
Oh, this is so cool! This encourages people to play!
On top of comparing your data with other players around the world, you can also see your gameplay trends.
They've finally made these Zelda games
Once per
into
day,
a social
you
experience.
Can spin for a daily bonus. You'll be granted whichever in-game effect it lands on for the day, so give it a try. Good luck.
What? What?
Compatible amiibo
Yes.
accessories can be used to receive in-game items. Zelda Notes keeps track of each amiibo you scan. When you scan an amiibo 5 times, you'll get an additional bonus use of that amiibo that you could normally only scan once per day.
What? Yo!
Upgrade your adventures in Hyrule on Nintendo Switch 2. The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild.
Look at the
and Legend of
cases!
Zelda: Tears of the
Look at the
Kingdom Nintendo
red
Switch 2 edition.
cases.
If you already own the Switch games, you can upgrade to Nintendo Switch 2 editions by purchasing upgrade packs. Or access the upgrade packs at no additional cost with a paid Nintendo Switch Online Plus Expansion Pack membership. Plus, these new amiibo figures will also be available. If you scan them in The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom, you might receive a paraglider fabric.
Okay, so I just got a response from DB. He says he needs a break, so 30 minutes ish. And I can completely understand. I'm surprised. I was surprised he's still going to be able to do it, but he's definitely someone that works incredibly hard on following through on his deliverables and is very consistent with that. So I feel like we're all going to be, it's going to feel like everyone trying to play Mario Kart while being hungover. So not while being intoxicated, but being hungover. So like, I don't know why I'm doing this, you know? We're just all, because we're just like so shocked at just, oh my gosh. My adrenaline is already gone. So, but let me just circle back to offer my feedback so far from what we just watched. So if you're just now tuning in, we just watched the Legend of Zelda games right here. We just watched the Legend of Zelda games, Nintendo's... Sorry, I'm so excited I can't speak anymore. Let me start over. If you were just now tuning in, we just got done watching the Legend of Zelda games, Nintendo Switch 2 editions, and Zelda notes. And I will tell you, it is more than I could have ever asked for. From, we'll just read it from here, from the HDR support, faster load times, increased frame rates, enhanced resolution on both titles. You have a Zelda Notes app that is dedicated to these games that now adds a layer of engagement, social interaction like never before for the Zelda series. It'll track your stats. It allows you to share items with people. It allows you to use your amiibos, and after you've used the amiibos 4 times, you can now use that amiibo twice a day. It has daily login bonuses that gives you a little wheel to spin, metaphorically speaking, and whatever it lands on is a feature that you get in the game. It has voice notes. So if you're looking for lore and you find it, like finding Zelda's diary, Zelda will actually read the diary out loud to you. It has built-in GPS with voice. So you can now 100% your games without having to go on YouTube and watch videos, without having to download some special application or add-on or extension that helps you keep track with your Koroks. You can share your creations with people. I saw there was like 60 slots available at that time. And I'm hoping they announced everything. I don't know if I can handle any more surprises with these games. Dino, thank you. I missed a major part. Go back to the video. What did I miss? Is it all right? Well, I'll go back to here, the global play data. All right. What did I miss?
With global play data, you can see where your records rank within the global community. On top of comparing your data with other players around the world, you can also see your gameplay trends.
You know, there's a chance that they could do something like this with the other Zelda games.
Once per day, you can spin for a daily bonus. You'll be granted whichever in-game effect it lands on for the day, so give it a try. Good luck.
Oh my gosh, they could do this with Xenoblade.
Compatible amiibo accessories can be used to receive in-game items.
Like any single-player game,
Zelda Notes keeps
I think
track of each
should
amiibo
get
you
similar
scan. When you
features.
scan an amiibo 5 times, you'll get
because if you can make single-player games
that you could normally
more
only
social
scan once per day,
while still preserving the single-player experience,
upgrade your adventures.
We will be
Hyrule
more
on
connected
Nintendo
than ever
Switch
before.
2.
So this, I think, is the part I missed.
The Legend of Zelda
right after this.
Breath of the Wild and The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom Nintendo Switch 2 editions. If you already own the Switch games, you can upgrade to Nintendo Switch 2 editions by purchasing upgrade packs.
Nice.
Or access the upgrade packs at no additional cost with a paid Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack membership.
That is amazing.
Plus, these new amiibo figures will also be available.
Yo, look at those amiibo!
If you scan them in The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, you might receive a paraglider fabric.
Yo, look at the paraglider fabrics! Keltimo, I can't believe I missed this! This is too much! This is too much! Okay, you know what this means? You couldn't see the video on TikTok? Is black screen? All right, hold on. Let me double check. Oh yeah, it did mess up. Just double check. Well, either way, I had played the Legend of Zelda games, Nintendo Switch 2 editions, and the Zelda notes. And I'll just replay one more time this part.
Figures will also be a expansion pack membership.
So
no additional cost.
This is what TikTok
with a paid Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack membership. Plus, these new amiibo figures will also be available. If you scan them in The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, you might receive a paraglider fabric.
Like, this is... They didn't need to do this. They really didn't. But if they added new stuff just now in the Zelda game or the Zelda video, then that means I have to go back and look at the other videos to see if there's anything else I missed. Cheese and rice. Oh, the orchestra is something I haven't seen yet, actually. Now, I will say, I have been to the Legend of Zelda orchestra concert twice. It's one of the few times I've actually made sure to take advantage of those opportunities. Cried both times, and then the pandemic hit, and they canceled this, and I hope that we get to see, you know, this make a return to both the States and UK, you know, in the near future. So let me go back and see if there's anything else that we would want to see more of. Like if they have the Metroid video and there's maybe potential new details, I would love to see that too. Canada? Yes, Canada. Sorry, Dino. I guess Canada too. I'm playing. Just fixing my chat window for Twitch. Here we go. I did not see that. Okay, so let's look at these videos. Which one do I want to see more of? Bananza. It's funny. That looks like a lot of fun. I don't want to watch that though. I think I got my fill for that. Let's watch the Mario Kart World one more time. Just in case there's details we didn't see. Let me know if you can't see it, TikTok. I know, Hyrule Warriors is going to be amazing, Zelda. Boat and plane mode, which is cool.
Let's go!
You better take care of that knee. I will absolutely go for it. But you can't go for my knee, okay? Double standards. You missed a lot of it the first time? It's incredible. This is going. No, I'm not going for 24th! Oh, it'll be the first Mario Kart with Charles Martin. Yo! Amazing! Keldimo. We start saving. Start saving. Trade in your existing Switch if you have to. You can start with getting the $50 expansion membership, so then you don't have to worry about buying the DLC separately. I'm old school. I like to buy the DLC, so I don't have to rely on a membership to keep the content, but it's nice to know that that's included. Or if you already have that expansion, then you're good. You just need the new console. Vanna, I completely understand blacking out. Yo, this is... Yeah.
A brand new entry in the Mario Kart
You know what we're gonna do?
is launching exclusively
You know what we're gonna do, chat?
on the Nintendo Switch 2 system. Welcome to this vast world.
Once we know that we can
regions
put the
span
Nintendo
globe.
Switch 2 on Throne, I will absolutely put one. I will open that up. I will create one so that we can, as a community, we can help contribute to getting as many Nintendo Switch 2 consoles to the community as much as possible. Plus, we'll do giveaways when we're hitting our goals. But those would be major goals, like we're, hitting 1,000 subscribers on Twitch or something to be able to pay for that. But we will absolutely work together as a community to get the Nintendo Switch 2 console into as many of your hands as possible. And if you're new to this community, or if you haven't joined this community, now's the time to do it. Core community will back me up. We've given away probably a dozen Switches or more. I don't even know how many games we've given away.
Race non-stop from one corner of the world to another.
Like, look at that sombrero.
There are multiple checkpoints along the way.
That was Toad's Factory.
If you're below the place
Mario, yeah, Mario Party.
You'll be
Mario Kart Party.
Can you make it all the way to the finish
And
line?
this is going to be a flex. But there are plenty of times when we're playing Mario Kart and we need more than 12 slots. That's how many people want to play with us. And we're going to have that option now. Twice as many.
By going off-road, you can explore new
You might remember
areas
better than me,
and
Dino.
routes. So drive
What was the first
wherever your
giveaway?
heart takes you. You can also go for
I swear to
scenic
highly
drives
better.
with friends.
Hey, you better charge this
Photos
Switch.
together at different locations.
I bet you're going to keep this one charged. Yes, Print. Like, I wonder if the outfit changes offers
Brand
perks.
new race across the entire world starts here. Mario Kart World. The game launches on the same day as Nintendo.
Okay, so that is what I'm talking about right here, is the fact that this is 4 minutes and 27 seconds. Normally, it would be hard or difficult for me to be able to want to watch something from start to finish. But this whole video, I didn't even realize 4 minutes had gone by.
Nintendo Switch 2. More details about this title will be shared in an upcoming Mario Kart World Direct. So be on the lookout for more information.
Interesting.
In the future.
It's interesting that they added. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I forgot how to read. April 17th. I was thinking, wait, did they publish this video before the direct? No, I would have heard about it. So April 17th. So they don't even need to do this, and they're going to. They're giving us more than we need and probably deserve, in my opinion. This is April 17th is in 15 days. They don't have to market Mario Kart World anymore. I felt like they already showed enough in the direct to keep me satisfied until the Switch 2 comes out in freaking 2 months. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Devastation, you said, man, here I am struggling to figure out how to afford anything, let alone a console. Devastation. You ain't lying, man. Especially now that you moved into a house. That was 100% me. I have leaned on y'all so much for being able to afford a lot of this content, equipment, and games. And Computer Nerd, you know that they're going to have support for Splatoon. They did not mention anything about Super Smash Bros. And you know that that's on the horizon. If anything, because it's weird. Because Sakurai did so many directs for like character reveals and stuff, because we talked a little bit about this in the panel yesterday at DBCon 2025. Go watch, go take a look, dbgeek.com or its YouTube channel. Anyways, I love how I'm plugging for other people, but I feel like I would be a great hype man. That's all I'm saying. Like, if you need a hype man and we're here locally, I am your guy. I will hype you up. I will, man. I have that kind of energy. That's what I like to do. I love to help all of you succeed. Anyways, what was I saying? I started feeling bad for Sakurai because I swear he spent like 3 years after the game originally released working on more content for us, especially the characters. And he started to look sickly, honestly. And he had been working on the other ones. I think he worked on all the other ones too, or at least the last couple of them. And so I think it was the first time I felt really bad for a developer, where I'm just like, yo, can someone give Sakurai a break? So this might be a hot take, or y'all may not be in alignment with me on this, but I personally, I don't need another Super Smash Brothers game. I think they should just build off of this one. That's how I felt about Mario Kart, but then they introduced Mario Kart World. Maybe if they give a similar treatment to Super Smash Bros., great. But they already did that, sort of, like with their board game kind of story mode. Like, there's just so much content in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate that Sakurai needs to just ride off into the sunset. If there's going to be another one, it needs to be handled by someone else. But something tells me Sakurai's a perfectionist, like many of us. And it's typically a negative thing, meaning allowing creative control to be given to someone else over an IP or something that you've worked very hard on or created yourself is incredibly difficult. Like when George Lucas sold Star Wars, I was very surprised. But that reminded me that there's always a number. But I felt like Sakurai would literally just like work himself to the bone. Between him and Miyazaki, there's like a Miyazaki documentary, I think, might be on the Max app, came out a few years ago, that kind of talked about, I think, life after Miyazaki originally retired, and now he got back into it, because he's like in his 70s or 80s, I think, and I know that all of his stuff was like hand-drawn, so he just worked himself to the bone. So Japan has one of the most rigorous states of work ethic as a culture that I've ever heard of. And it's for the consumers, for the customers, it's great. It usually means we get something of incredible quality, but I don't need these things personally badly enough that would result in these people, just becoming sick or, unfortunately dying like of some medical condition that had to do with malnourishment and whatnot, because they're trying to just give us what we demand as consumers because we don't think about others enough. I'm sorry. The older I get, the more I grow as a person, the more considerate I am starting to become about the collective, the global community, the human race as a species. I definitely want to see things move towards helping improve our health and quality of life as a species, but not at the detriment of destroying the planet that we live on. We should always be striving for a mythical balance of trying to ensure that, everything we're doing is theoretically in a sustainable way. meaning we don't have an actual history of proving what's considered sustainable, but we should always have that mindset, in my opinion. So I don't want game developers to kill themselves to deliver us a product. I don't want game developers to continue to push out more entries of a franchise if one was made so well that they can just do what they're doing with these other ones, releasing a Nintendo Switch 2 edition that just adds on some extra stuff. I don't need a whole new game, in my opinion. Like, if you own Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, then you know what I'm talking about. Especially if you've unlocked like all the characters and stuff. Like, there is very few games that, especially a fighting game, that has the amount of content that Super Smash Bros. Ultimate does, let alone the content that it has contains collaborations from IPs from different studios and franchises globally, including ones outside of the Nintendo sphere, like the Final Fantasy characters, Kingdom Hearts, Street Fighter, who else? Who else is in there that is not a Nintendo franchise? Solid Snake, yeah. Thank you, Tenacious G. Yes, after DBCon, day one and Twitch went from. No, I didn't know that. That is wow, really? 9.5. That's crazy. Welcome in, Tenacious. By the way, I mean, I'm so excited about this stuff that I don't even care that I don't have like music going and stuff like that, because I just want to talk. I just want to see what y'all have to say about these things. This is also the longest reaction stream / future YouTube and TikTok videos that I've probably ever had. You know, I usually just, a lot of us don't get this amount of content. Like the amount of content that we just got from this 1 hour direct, in my opinion, equivocates to an E3. And we're talking about a presentation from Nintendo, PlayStation, and Xbox. I felt like that's the amount of content we just got in this 1 hour Nintendo Direct. At least enough things to talk about. Especially because we have 2 months. Like, that's what you do, man. Nintendo may be on an island, like they are in their own place in the universe. It's like their own planet. You have PlayStation and Microsoft, or Sony and Microsoft, or PlayStation and Xbox inhabiting the same world in a civil war, fighting for each other's resources. That's what it looks like. And resources meaning consumers. So they're like with Microsoft, how many studios can I buy so that I don't have to open up new studios from scratch and build an IP from scratch? You know, Blizzard, where are you? And then Sony, I think they bought. Did they buy the company that makes Destiny? Who makes Destiny again? And did they buy From Software? They've done some acquisitions in the past. But you have PlayStation and Microsoft, or PlayStation and Xbox on the same planet fighting for each other's resources. And then you have Nintendo that would largely be considered like the moon that orbits around the planet, or just its own planet that's kind of like in Xenoverse, or in the Xenoverse, the Xenoblade games. You know, it's kind of like they have their own version of Earth, and it is not quite at the same place development wise when it comes to like technology, but there's no other platform that is more fun than Nintendo, and the creativity is endless, and the appeal, Nintendo has a much wider audience in my opinion. I haven't looked at the data to prove it than the other platforms do. I know that both Xbox and PlayStation have plenty of games that caters to the age range of, we'll say, 6 and up. However, I feel like most of the time the audience is focused around teenagers to adults, whereas Nintendo is kids, teenagers, adults, all around. It's actually weird to see third-party games become available, like the Souls games, on the Nintendo consoles. So I hope this also means that we see a spike in interest into platforms like Twitch, YouTube, and TikTok for live streaming for Nintendo titles, because many of you know that I am primarily known for playing Nintendo games. Okay, hold on. I just got a ping from DB. Okay, sounds good. Let me get Mario Kart. We are about to play Mario Kart with DB. Do we want to try the... Okay. Hold on. We're about to play some Mario Kart. Gotta make sure I have Mario Kart in. Yes, I am. I just don't know if our streams will merge, but what I will say is to make sure you are, if you can have his up too, perfect. If not, no worries. Or if you want to head over there. So let me wrap up this part of the stream, because this will be a focused video on YouTube and TikTok. Okay. All right, so I got Mario Kart in the console. So I will say this regarding everything. At the time of this stream / recording, we had just got done with watching the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct live. There's plenty to discuss. We've talked about many things throughout this stream / recording. And if you want to know my full review or feedback, this is not a shameless plug. This is not a ploy. If you were here live, you can back me up on this. Just watch this whole video. I offer my feedback. I offer my commentary throughout the whole thing. So, you know, I'm not going to try and regurgitate everything at the end of the video. But all I will say is I'm super excited for this. I hope I'm able to get my hands on a console at launch. I hope you're able to get your hands on the console at launch. I hope I can get the camera as well. And I hope that, you know, we all get to play Mario Kart World together as a community. We all get to share our Zelda journeys more than ever before. And as a community, we're going to work together using services like Throne to get as many of these consoles into your hands as possible. So we will work as a community to help each other experience new forms of joy. And I couldn't be happier. Nintendo killed it. There's nothing more that I can complain about or need to look forward to. I felt like we went to a buffet, went to a Chinese buffet, and the plate is so full that it looks like a plate in an anime. And I want to know your feedback, especially if you were here in the live stream and I missed out on what you have to say. Go down to the comment sections, share your reaction, share your feedback, and also share that you were here. If you were here during the live stream, I appreciate all of you. I will see you next time. Okay, that's the end of the recording. So I now have plenty of content that I will share on YouTube as soon as possible. In the meantime, let me pay attention to the yes. Also, okay, so here's what I'll do. I'm gonna go ahead and just stop this stream, and then I'll restart it for the Mario Kart portion, just to keep things easy as far as having the Nintendo Direct Focus stream separated from the Mario Kart stream with DB, and we will take it from there. So I will see you all very soon, both on TikTok and on Twitch. Thank you very much. I love you all. See you very soon.